welcome to day 80. YouTube, how's it going? Strategically angled mirror. So, if you guys forgot, we're on the investigation route. We've got every bad end, I think. And we still don't quite know who's actually killing everyone. But we know that the last thing to go wrong is that Eva was made to kill us. And so now she is dead. We finished with mystery routes for today, perhaps. I'm sure we will. I'm confident we will.
Head pat, yeah.
Thanks for the petting, Ami.
It's day 80. I was already so used to waking up and finding out that I'd missed a bunch of days that I was more surprised by the fact I was somehow still alive. Come to think about it, I seem to recall someone pulling me back with great force just before the explosion.
Where's the Byron name? On your channel, not mine. Hey, Max.
That could be why I survived. I wonder who saved me. I didn't see who it was, but I remembered a lavender fragrance.
Who would that be? Hiroko or Ema?
I can think about this later. Is everyone okay? I stood up from the makeshift bed, pulled open the curtain divider, and stepped outside. And then...
Oh, right. I was about to say, we don't have curtains. Avon or Brainwash appeared not to trust him. This is the true in the original route too, when she escapes and kidnapped Ema. Fear. True.
What do you mean Tsubasa and Moko are gone?
Exactly what I mean. They were both missing when I woke up. You were the last three on watch last night, right? Yes, but halfway through my shift, I felt a pain in my neck, like someone had pricked me. Someone must have jabbed me with that stolen anesthesiac, because I blacked out immediately. Who did they say was gone? Tsubasa and Moko. Tsubasa, who I think's the killer, and Moko, who had the knife when we made it to day 100 in the bad end. Huh. And when you woke up, they were both gone. That's what I've been trying to say.
It was at this point that everybody finally noticed I was awake.
Sir Takumi, I see you've decided to rejoin us in the land of the living.
5 days no see.
Oh!
Pretty fast, all things considered.
Yeah, hey, shouldn't we be looking for Tsubasa and Moko?
Yes, the 9 of us here will split into groups of 3.
After some discussion, we decided on the following groups. Group 1, me, Nozomi, Darumi. Group 2, Takamaru, Kurara, Kyoshika. Group 3, Hiroko, Yugamu, Ima. Let's go find them!
You like mocha? Yum.
And thus we embarked on the search for Tsubasa and Moko. We visited every place in the school to see if we could find any traces of them. However...
I'm still shocked Moko went crazy on the bad end. Yeah. I still don't know what to think about that. And then... I don't know. Who wasn't on the good route? Oh, like, sorry, one of the bad routes. Moko was dead. Who did the killing on that route? Wasn't it Nozomi? Interesting. Interesting. I think she just thought Takumi killed everyone. Nozomi saw you kill Moko and then she went crazy and killed him. No, I'm talking about the other route. I'm talking about, okay, that was the one we admitted to it. Who did it on this route? The one at day 93. I think that was Nozomi. And they're nowhere to be found. It's already been an hour since we started looking.
Suddenly we heard a strange voice coming from the schoolyard.
Bad news!
Teams Takumi and Takamaru, can you hear me?
Neither was Yugami burned to a crisp, I think. Yeah, was it Nozomi? No. Yugami burned to a crisp on the ending where we said it was us. Sorry, we got 3 different routes of bad endings. We got like 5 endings last stream.
If so, come to the parking lot right now.
We each gave each other knowing glances and were rushing toward the stairwell together.
Did they take the car? Whoa! This is a new area.
Takamaru's team was already at the parking lot by the time we arrived. There were a few trees near the parking lot. Hiroko and Takamaru's teams are staring agape at something near the top of them.
Yeah, right after Takumi realized there should be one other person left alive, she killed him from behind. Yeah, true, yeah.
Dread started pulling the pit of my stomach. I turned slowly and cautiously to look in the direction of their stairs. What I saw was...
Oh! Oh!
No!
Uh-huh! Both of them? Okay. I thought for sure it was Tsubasa. Okay, now Nozomi is the most likely candidate. I wonder if maybe... I don't know how this would work. Would it even work? No, I was gonna say what if they were getting themselves killed? Like if someone became X, told someone else to kill them and died, but after Shoma killed, he saw X. Which means that couldn't have happened in first case. Hi Tim. Yeah, Moke was the killer on the bad end. I guess the bad end's just a red herring end. No.
How?
It was clear that they were both dead. Blood drained from my face and I felt sick to the bone. Now 5 of my friends are dead. I didn't know how my car wasn't breaking apart.
Because you already knew they were dead? Also, chat. Look at Moko's belly button. She has the biggest outie I've ever seen. Just putting that out there.
Somehow I held myself together and said,
Help me lower them to the ground and move them to the infirmary.
True, Tsubasa was dead in the bad endings. But also, like, I don't know, they're a bit less canon. Kinda, you know?
Subject Tsubasa Kawana. Cause of death, hemorrhagic shock. Estimated time of death, day 80 between 5 and 8 a.m. Multiple stab wounds on the chest and abdomen. The murdered weapon is likely a sharp blade about 8 inches long. Too much time had passed since death. Insufficient cryptoglobin present in body. Impossible to revive. Subject Moko Mojiro. Cause of death hemorrhagic shock. Estimated time of death day 80 between 5 and 8 a.m. Lacerated carotid artery. The murder weapon is likely a sharp blade of unknown length.
That's interesting. It could have been different weapons. The two of them.
Too much time has passed since death. Insufficient cryptoglobin present in body, impossible to revive. After everyone had a chance to view the monitor, the mood in the room turned utterly gloomy. We silently moved their bodies to the morgue.
And Carrara was on guard duty and claims something jabbed her in the neck. I mean, that does make Carrara the most likely candidate.
Hey, do you mind if I mention something?
Huh?
Go on.
It's something I noticed about Tsubasa's back.
Huh?
She got her heart stolen like the others? Wait, how did you know about the hearts being stolen?
Oh. I decided it was not worth hiding and told them about it.
Ah.
Ah, right.
But I don't think the cases are related. Neither of them had their backs cut open.
Yeah, because they're both from Second Academy. Wait. Yeah, no, that's a good point. These are the first people killed who were from Second. I thought they were targeting First Academy to get the hearts. No evidence of this, but what if X told one of them to kill the other, but they refused and he killed them both? Yeah, maybe. It's as likely as anything else at this point.
And why does anyone tell us about Tsubasa's back? I noticed that when the hem of her blouse hitched up while we were moving her body just now.
Tsubasa, I'm thinking, sorry. I mean the Moko, not Tsubasa. Sorry. That's what I meant to say. I would vomited.
Darumi walked over to Tsubasa's body and removed the sheet that was covering it. She turned over the body and pulled the blouse up so we could all see the strange thing on her back.
Huh.
2.
Think so. Could be a Z or an N as well. I don't know.
Huh? The mark is small enough to be completely covered by a hand.
Huh.
Not located in the center, but more toward the left side of the spine.
Huh?
This is indeed curious. The purplish color of it makes it look like bruises.
Oh!
What could this number mean?
Nobody had an answer to that. We checked Moko's back as well. There were no markings at all, let alone one that looked like a number.
Huh, she was marked too. Almost like marked as a Second Defense Academy student. But why? People call it Danganronpa blood? You mean bright pink?
After that, we turned them both back around, closed our eyes, and put our hands together to pay our respects.
Moko! Moko! Moko!
Nozomi clung onto Moko's body and wept bitterly. Her anguish chokes and sobs reverberated throughout the hushed morgue.
So wait, did they take Tsubasa's heart?
Night soon fell when bedtime approached. Carrara suddenly brought something up.
Same place the hearts were stolen? Yeah. And no. To be fair, they took all the other hearts like a day or two after the kills. So...
I found this in Tsubasa's space. Can you guys take a look at it?
The organic life detection device. 9. Same as the number of people here.
Ain't about time you showed your annex. You're one of us, ain't ya?
No criminal here. No criminal in their wrong mind would happily come forward to identify themselves when asked.
How about this, X? That's the way problems on to throw your sick little ass in jail. So come on, help me out here.
I'm really talking to X right now.
Say what?
X instructed someone to kill Kako and Shoma. What if it was the same this time?
Hey, don't go putting weird ideas in my head. You're basically saying there's 2 killers among us.
Whatever the case, we should probably be sleeping together.
I agree. X should still have some of that anesthesia left.
Hi, Jave.
It did a massive sneeze, but I was able to mute myself in time.
You're welcome, chat.
Another option is to increase the number of people on watch, but it's probably safe for everyone to sleep in their own rooms.
What do you think, Toomey?
I folded my arms across my chest and thought long and hard about it before saying, yeah, going back to sleeping in our own rooms may be the better option at this point. On the condition that nobody opens their door until the morning announcement. Are we clear on that?
It's not gonna work! It never works! And we've had multiple people break into rooms, including us. We've had like 3 or 4 examples of people being killed in their rooms.
I didn't black out despite having gone through so many stressful events yesterday. I didn't know why. It wasn't like I'd been cured of the fainting disease.
Hey, chat. Who was it that told us we had the fainting disease? It was Nozomi, right? And we only wake up when Nozomi is in the room with us. Do you think she is purposely waking us up? Like, she knows what is actually going on with us? She knows how to keep us asleep or wake us up? Because, yeah, it did not trigger now.
During the day, we split up into groups to investigate the death of Tsubasa and Moko, but we didn't find a single clue. Soon the sun started setting. Darkness took over.
Because it's almost like, imagine this, right? You're trying to frame someone, you keep them in a coma. The day they wake up, you do your kill. You make that happen 3 times and everyone gets really suspicious. That's what I think she's doing.
It happened right after the bedtime announcement is played. The sound of a doorbell sent a chill on my spine. Was it X? Were they here to get me?
Oh no. No! Don't open the door! Don't open the door!
And those thoughts raced through my mind as I gingerly made my way over to the door, where I was greeted by a familiar voice from the other side.
I know what you're thinking, Takumi. Maybe Hiroko is X, right? But you'd be wrong. I am not X.
Yeah, you say that, but...
Just listen to me. I need to tell you something.
Why does she kill herself in the one ending then? Does she? Yeah, she does. Right? In the ending we say it's her, she kills herself? Maybe because she realizes that she is the killer at that point? Maybe it's a situation where she doesn't realize she's X. Just like we don't realize that we were the slasher.
Just listen to me. I need to tell you something. You're likely innocent because you did not have the detonator for Eva's bomb. For that reason, I trust you and want to tell you something I remembered.
What is it?
I'm going to the morgue now. If you trust me, meet me there. I will be waiting for you.
Did she remember time travel? Are we finally getting that revealed in this route?
I heard the sound of her clacking heels getting softer and softer until it went completely silent. What should I do? I don't believe Hidoko was X, but... Ah, damn it.
We don't even get to make the decision.
I hid my infuser under my clothes as a precaution and ran directly to the morgue.
Should we remove it in day 3? Because the day 3 is the same as Slasher Out. Yeah. Hi, Apple.
I've never met an idiot as stupendously naive as you. Did you even consider what would have happened to you if I'd really been X?
This game seems cool. I just wanted to see what the game was about. Hi, Talk. Laka. Yeah, I really like this game. I really, really like it.
But you said you weren't.
Only a gullible idiot would believe a potential suspect is not a bloodthirsty serial killer simply because they said so.
I gritted my teeth in frustration and said, Anyway, what was this thing you remembered? Hidoko walked over to Tsubasa's body without a word.
Chat, I just had an idea. We've been assuming that someone's been, like, cutting out the heart, right? What if it's the other way round? What if something is tunneling out of the heart? What if there's something in the heart? Like it bursts out of your chest, but instead of bursting out of your chest, it's bursting out of the back of your chest.
She stopped in front of the body and removed the sheet. She turned the body overboard, lifting the blouse up. It's that strange number we saw yesterday. What about it?
This is her livor mortis code.
Liver mortis code?
It's a unique number that appears on the back of all SDU members when they lose almost all of their cryptoglobin.
What? That's information to me.
Only those from Team 1 have this.
What? Why only Team 1?
Where did you hear about this?
That is a 3-day-long story I can tell you another time. All I can tell you now is that this is a very reliable piece of information.
She moved to Shoma's body next, removing the sheet covering him. She flipped his body around so his back was facing up. There was a large gaping hole there. Shoma too?
Yes, I believe X must have done this.
They have those now ever since Alien Covenant. The backburster is a thing. Okay.
But when? We've been moving in groups ever since he died.
Well, there's just one sliver of opportunity X could have taken advantage of.
What's that?
When Avis self-destructed, everyone got caught in the blast and were knocked out. It was the next morning by the time we regained consciousness. X must have woken up sooner than the rest of us, and...
Hidoko showed me Ido and Gaku's back cavities next. Finally, she turned Kako's body over.
Now we have 4 cases on hand. Every wound is in the same shape. X used the same method to remove their hearts from their bodies.
Sure seems that way.
What do you see when you look at this wound?
Well, the outline is rather clearly defined. Like they were cut open with a scalpel or something? Oh, I get it now. It's in the exact location. That has to be it.
Yeah, good job. A little slow this time, Takumi. Like Mongoose said, what in your brain cells familiar? Did the explosion maybe he took head trauma from the explosion and it put his IQ back to normal. Maybe that's what happened.
The part of their backs with the liver mortis coat has been cut out.
Well done.
Is it the same for Moko?
Haven't you been listening? The liver mortis code only shows up on those from Team 1. Moko's from Team 2. Naturally, her back is code free.
After saying that, Hidoko returned the bodies to their original positions. But why would X do such a thing?
I'm guessing it's because they do not want us to learn of their existence. If the bodies were left in their original state, somebody was bound to notice the code sooner or later.
But like, what use are the codes? At least, I don't know, there's some secret treasure buried underneath the school that requires you to get the code of every student. Which sounds stupid, but not impossible. The Takumi who knows about buoyancy did leave the premises. To be fair, that wasn't math, that was physics.
So they cut out that part with the code out in order to keep them hidden from us.
Why dig out the hearts too?
Most likely red herring. Think about it. What would be the first thing to come to your mind if you saw that multiple bodies and only a certain part of their backs cut away?
I would think there had to be something on our bodies as well.
You see, now you're getting it. You think X is targeting something invisible in that part of our bodies, right? And what would you do with that information?
What am I supposed to do?
For example, I would cut out that part of my body, or X get their hands on it. Or cover with something like a tattoo of a soaring dragon. X would likely be highly inconvenienced if we did that. That's why they took out the heart as well. They wanted us to believe their target was not that patch of skin on their backs, but the heart in our bodies.
That's why X did that.
Though that still leaves us with one question.
What's that?
I'll explain later. You see, X's objective has to do with the knowledge of the liver mortis codes. Our current hypothesis is that X cut out that particular part of the skin. Not because they were avid skin collectors, but simply to stop us from knowing about the existence of the codes. But if that is true, why set up the red herring? Because if X's objective was only to know what the codes were, they could have simply gone rid of the bodies once they saw it. They could have tossed the bodies in the wall of fire, buried them in the forest, yet X did none of these things. Why?
I'm not sure, but maybe they need the bodies to be left in the morgue for some reason.
Yeah, I do think it probably has to do with this distress signal transmitter. That FB mentioned, only because like that's not come into play. Maybe, I don't know, like I'm thinking, and this doesn't really make sense, but maybe the transmitter, which only works when there's only one student left alive, requires numbers on all the other students. But that feels kind of dumb because it's like, oh, what if one of the kids got burned to death? It's like, oh, well, now this person can never call rescue. I don't know. I don't know, Monokuma.
You think so too? Yes. X clearly wanted to leave the bodies in here. But by doing so, it would allow us to find out about the existence of the liver mortis codes.
You done?
That is why they went through the trouble of setting up such a complicated red herring, removing the skin and hearts of those already dead.
So the question is, why does X want the bodies preserved?
While we're on the subject, why didn't Aito burn Hidoko's body in Timeline 0? He easily could have. Well... the answer I would say is most likely is that he was just like dragging her for like an hour, and then he was so tired from dragging. He was like, "This is enough. This is fine. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Oh my god, I'm going." It's not like they're ever gonna see this anyway.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
Ah.
Let's put that aside for now and talk about something else. Why does X want to know what the Liver Mortis codes are?
It has to do with the distress signal transmitter.
The transmitter the boy with the undying flames told us about.
I recently found out there's something called the distress signal transmitter somewhere in the school. It was put here in the event of all but one member of Team 1 dying. Once the correct series of code has been entered into the transmitter, it would, well, transmit a distress signal.
Ah.
Yeah, he left the mummified version of Hidoko with like her glasses and uniform. So it's like he was sloppy. That's why I think he was just tired. He got sloppy. Drink water. Thank you for the reminder. And to be fair, it took the team like 70, 80 days to find her body. It almost worked.
Oh, I know. The correct series of codes he mentioned. He must be referring to the Liver Mortis codes.
Yes, there are 10 people on Team 1. Entering 9 of our codes will summon the rescue craft. Because knowing the Liver Mortis code to the 9 people indicates that 9 people have entered total death.
Ah.
Total death?
Oh. It means the complete cessation of life. In this state, a person is impossible to revive.
Huh?
Okay, but how did you come across all of this information?
The same way I came across the previous information, by remembering them.
Ah.
Oh, the 3-day-long story you were talking about.
Yes, I'll explain it further when time is more on our side. For now, our priority is to identify X. Do you understand now? Do you understand why I said X's objective is to find the Liver Mortis codes?
Does this mean X is trying to summon the rescue craft?
It is very likely.
Ah.
So that they can leave the school?
Quite so.
Ah.
Which also means X already knows where the distress signal transmitter is located. Cause the Liver Mortis codes will be useless otherwise.
That is a logical line of reasoning. Keep going.
If we find out the distress signal transmitter for ourselves, we may find a clue to X's identity. Hideko nodded at my words.
That is why I'm starting to look forward to the distress signal transmitter now. Here to join me.
But it's already almost midnight.
What are you, 5?
This route is by far my favorite route of the bunch. It finally gives me something to rank my brain and think about. You mean you're not thinking in the other route? No, I'm really enjoying this route. I'm only yawning because I'm tired, not because it's boring.
Oh, alright.
I mean, if she remembers the Liver Mortis code, it's possible that she is the murderer. And maybe she's trying to get our trust so that we help her find it. That doesn't seem likely, but... I do, but I like how we have more things to think about on just one route than with other multiple routes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Hiriko and I ran around the school all night in search of the digital signal transmitter. We found nothing in the end. It's almost 6. If we're not in our rooms for the morning announcement, the others may suspect us of being X.
Yes, we should call it a day for now and...
Just as Hiroko was about to finish her sentence.
Awkward.
Kurata!
Shh, hide yourself.
What in the world?
You made the rule that we should never go anywhere alone, remember? So why is Karara wandering around by herself then?
Oh, now that you mention it. We peered out around the corner of the hallway to see where Karara was going. She quickly vanished in the direction of the staircase. The sound of footsteps on the floor above us slowly became softer and softer until we heard the roof door closing. Then there was silence.
Karara went upstairs.
I mean, we are on the ground floor.
But she just came from the staircase. Why would she come down the stairs just to go up again?
Because there's another staircase down.
Maybe she didn't come down the stairs.
Are you saying...
We started investigating the area around the staircase, groping around wall surfaces to see if we could find anything. And then...
What is this?
Oh no. This looks really bad for Karara. I don't want it to be Karara.
A secret door.
Let's see what's inside.
Ow. Ow.
Beneath the door was a staircase leading down into a pitch darkness.
I don't know. It looks like there's a green light emanating from it, if you ask me.
Kurata didn't come downstairs.
She came up from here.
So,
Oh no.
at the end of this staircase,
Yes. There's something to be discovered for sure. Let's go see.
I don't. This is getting creepy. Purple vats. What the heck is this room?
This place.
I cannot believe we're still discovering new places in the school on day 82.
It's freezing in here.
Your unfunny jokes made the heat in the room shrivel up and die.
I don't recall making any jokes.
There's a device of some sort in the middle of the room.
We should check it out. Hiroko and I approached the device and stared at the display monitor. Is this what I think it is? There was a user manual of sorts at the bottom left part of the screen which read, Distress Signal Transmitter. Enter the liver mortis code of each SDU member in a blank space on the screen. The distress signal is transmitted when 9 correct codes are entered.
True Hiroko, we're on Route 20. We're still discovering new places and CGs. Yeah, so many. But what are the purple tanks for? I always expect to see like clones of us inside or something, but like... What is this?
However, should a single incorrect code be entered, poison gas will be released from the tank above the device. This is a special gas designed to instantly dissolve all types of physical objects. Neither a gas mask nor a biohazard suit will offer any sort of protection against it. You have been warned.
Oh.
And this is it. This is the distress signal transmitter we were looking for. To think it's been here this whole time.
This is a major discovery. In my excitement, I started looking around the other areas of the room. The next moment, I felt my blood going cold. I saw something I hadn't noticed initially because all my attention being on the device. An object in the corner of the room. No, that wasn't an object. It wasn't. That was...
Who's dead? Huh? Then who did we see going up the stairs? Have you guys been considered third party? Hey, chat! Let's just theoretically say that she's been dead since, I don't know, day 10. If someone was using the voice changer in her mask,
Kurara Osuzuki's dead body.
Wait. What? We have to take her to the infirmary.
Don't bother. A dead body doesn't freeze up that badly within an hour or so.
So, she's been dead for a long time?
You have eyes? Can you not see? This is definitely Kurara Osuzuki. I know because I've seen her real face before. The one beneath her usual tomato head mask.
okay, it was this route. It was definitely this route where Kyoshika, very out of character, took Kurara's head, right? Her mask. And that is confirmed she's time travel law. Yeah, basically.
I've seen her face before too.
How did that
On
follow?
that
She isn't.
note,
Yeah.
Do you remember
She gets a
who we
mask.
just crossed paths with?
Yes. Someone dressed like Kurara.
But the real Kurara is here, which means
Oh no!
Who the heck was that?
one thing is for sure. That person is none other than X themselves.
What the hell? What? What? How have we played this game for 150 hours? And this is my first time seeing a story log. You've arrived at story log 3. You will not be able to progress without meeting certain conditions. Try exploring other branches for now. Unlock conditions. Reach story log 2. Do you think there was one on the zombie route? No, because it would have told us. Surely. I thought we were gonna finish this. Okay, so I've learned one thing from this, and that is that there is at least a somewhat canonical series of events you have to do. I don't know what's gonna happen here. If they're gonna take off the mask and it's gonna be like a character from another route. But that feels like what's gonna happen. I am shook. Okay. We're like 26 endings into this game. Okay, let's go blow Eva up, I guess. How could the game do this to me? I need answers. Okay. Chat, flashback to last stream. Takumi has just done a lot of physics. And we know it's Ava. And she's about to tell us who X is. But then we remember she has the bomb. Let's see what happens on this route. Because I don't know anymore. Why would I know anything?
Ava, stop! Don't say anything.
Who are you? This is a week earlier. This is literally a week earlier.
Hey, what are you up to now?
The imposter lied. Wherefore have you stopped her?
I explained my reasoning to the others.
I get it. You're afraid X may try to take us all down with them.
At that, all of a sudden we heard.
On crashing up. Yeah, basically. I differ.
Eva burst out laughing to everyone's astonishment.
Mind sharing the joke with the rest of the class?
The joke is how you are all being so obtuse.
What?
It's the same.
What is?
Your ultimate destiny.
Wait, are you?
I shouted, but it was already too late. Ava had pinched her little finger and pulled it out without any hesitation.
Okay. Cool, so that was the ending we should have gone last night. 98 Pinky Promise. Ha, clever. Did we crash out? No! No, Derpa! That's not why we were crashing out. That's not why we were crashing out at all! Why we're crashing out is that we found a set. We saw Karara coming out of the secret room. We found the room, and you know what was inside of there? Karara's dead body. Except she's been dead for a long time. Which means that this entire route, we've had a fake person pretending to be Karara. That every scene we've had of Karara in the mystery route since, like, the early days has been a fake. Might be more than one fake person. She's the one we can't see the head of. I don't know what the purple that's are for. I don't even believe that it really will send a... I want to say that I don't believe it will actually send a shuttle. I don't know though. I don't know what it does. When the worst part is we have to find story point 2. And before that, we're probably going to find story point 1. Which means we're not getting an answer to that for literal weeks. I can't. Okay, chat, you guys want to go do a killing game? I guess we do the invader hunt. I can be your fake person. Thank you, Vermin. I always knew you were a fake friend. Okay, to set the scene. Somebody died. We killed Aito. Then someone wrote a message on the blackboard. Then Gaku died. Then there was another message where it said, participate in an invader hunt or you shall be killed. And with retrospect, if Karara is an invader right now, chat, is this gonna be a hunt to find the Karara? I don't know. It's where it becomes a different route, so I don't know if it would share the same lore. My brain is broken. I have so many questions. Not gonna get any answers.
I'm going to join the game.
I'm insane.
Feeling determined, I voice my intention to participate.
Ah.
Will you all join me in this invader hunt? Oh, no. Have you lost your mind, Mr. Sumino? Participating in a shitty game like this would make us just like Mr. Maruko, jumping into the fire and getting stabbed for it.
We might end up getting slaughtered just like Gaku.
Huh?
I know it could be dangerous, but I think ignoring the invitation would be even more dangerous.
Hasn't Karara chosen a battle? That's a possible issue. Yes. She has.
We ought to accept despite the risk. Hey, Takumi, let's think about this rationally. Who knows what kind of monster's behind this? Anything could happen when we join some insane game like this, man.
Hey!
I more than understand the risks of participating, but I still want to know. I want to know who killed Gaku. I want to know who put us in this situation. I thought things would be different without Idol secretly manipulating us, but apparently I was wrong. Someone had destroyed Siri and killed Gaku all in the space of one night. Gaku's death plunged us all into paranoia. We haven't been able to come together since. Who could possibly be doing this? Everyone, please, I'm begging you. Even if just this once, go along with me. Please join this game with me. I bowed my head while shouting my pleas, trying to show them how serious I was. But I didn't get the reaction I was hoping for.
Goodbye, Tsubasa. It was nice knowing you. Sorry, Takumi. I can't. It smells like a trap to me.
I'm out too. There's something so vulgar about using a game to encourage murder.
Ah.
This group of strangers all killing each other without any love behind it. It's no better than a hedonistic orgy.
Oh, did someone say orgy?
I'll simmer down, you stupid perv. I'm out too. The audience hates to see a team turn on each other like that. My life made me worthless, but if I die, I won't be able to see my dog Leo again.
This is bad. This is really bad. At this rate, I'll be the only one playing. How do I convince everyone that this is the right move? What do I have to do? Before I could say anything more.
Are you kidding? Sign me up!
Oh, what? Tsubasa, please. You died in the other timeline about 5 times. 6 times. 7 times. She died 7 times in the other timeline. I think you have better chances if you join this killing game.
I'm gonna play the game, obviously. I mean, duh.
Yeah!
Obviously, a killing game is about to go down either way. Finally, the god of killing games has swallowed me and broken the chains binding me to this pitiful, tedious life. Anyway, that's why you're all gonna join. It's mandatory.
Yeah, right, I'm not fucking doing this.
We can't start killing each other. We're here to fight the invaders.
Excuse me, if you guys keep acting like such wusses, I will get my killing game. At least, we need at least double-digit player count. Or it's not gonna happen. I need it to happen. I've been waiting for this my whole life. I'm so sick of this lame Terrapins game. I want us to kill each other. Do it. We're gonna do it, right?
The Rumi voice vociferously urged everyone to play. But the more she insisted, the more it turned everyone off.
What other foolishness? I'm not entertaining this nonsense anymore.
Disgusted, Karara left the classroom. The others followed soon after. You want to kill each other, do it by yourselves.
I won't stand for this. Sister Dearest and I are going back to our rooms. I've always wanted to storm out in a dramatic huff like this.
So cliche.
In the end, the only ones left standing in the classroom were...
Huh? What's wrong with them? Not playing like defies the laws of nature.
myself, Darumi, and Haruko. Hiroko, are you gonna play the game too? I'm shocked. I didn't think you had any interest in something like this.
Don't misunderstand me. I have no interest at all in the game itself. I just want to make sure.
Make sure. Hiroko fell silent, refusing to elaborate. She does tend to be secretive. Well then, the three of us will meet in the leisure lounge tonight. The message said anyone willing to participate should gather in the leisure lounge at 7 p.m. Well, with so few participants, it's entirely possible the game will be cancelled.
No, my long-awaited killing game is slipping through my fingers.
So, chat, since most people turn this down, it feels like we should be leading. Like, this feels like it shouldn't have even diverged, because unless a bunch of people change their mind and show up, like, what is gonna happen?
Hiroko and I went back to our rooms, leaving Darumi behind to wallow in despair. An invader hunt. I was lying in bed contemplating this mysterious game that we were supposedly going to play. Why would whoever wrote the message invite us to join a game? What kind of game did they have planned? Was the announcement itself a trap? I was racking my brain, unable to figure out any possible intention behind all of this until suddenly...
Ah,
A visitor.
Hi, Darumi. I love you. How are you?
I opened the door and came face to face with Darumi.
Oh, she's happy to see me.
Darumi, what's up?
She's so happy she can't even speak.
Hey, why aren't you saying anything? Darumi continued to stand there, not speaking so much as a single word. 1 minute passed, then 2.
3 people isn't enough.
Finally, she spoke.
This is a Darumi round then? I hope so. It would be really tragic if she's the first person to die in the killing game.
Killing game's only 3 people. That's just not gonna work. The joy of a killing game is that there's a ton of participants and a lot of dying. 3 people do not massacre me. I mean, forget Royale. That's not even enough of a battle to get excited about. Totally impossible, like, way impossible.
She was muttering to herself, but I more or less understood her point.
She's right. You know, 3 is barely enough for a Mexican standoff. Yeah, true.
So, you're saying there's not enough people to host a proper killing game?
I've literally been saying this whole time.
hey!
Really? I didn't notice. I get the feeling this announcement only exacerbated Darumi's emotional instability. Exacerbated? I've never read the word exacerbated before. I don't know what I said the first time, but I know what I said now. Why does it look like that? It's a weird looking word. It looks like Excalibur or something. She about to pull out a sword and exacerbate me? Like, what the hell?
Normies always do this. They're like so happy to do an athletic meet or a challenge or whatever. But if you suggest to kill a game, you're like, ew, no way.
That's probably because they don't want to die.
At this rate, I'm not gonna get my killing game. Kind of that. If it gets cancelled, it's so over. You have to help Kimi. Tell them how important this is and convince them to play.
Are you kidding me? There's no way they'd listen to me. Even just now, they barely paid any attention to what I had to say.
They'll be fine. Just stand their doors and keep putting on their peer pressure. They'll cave eventually.
You mean like what you're doing to me now?
I might be dumb and useless, but even I can handle staging a sit-in.
She just came into my room out of nowhere and started exacerbating me. So true, so true.
I mean, I did stick around my parents' house for basically my entire life without ever running away no matter how much my brother and daddy yelled at me to leave.
Oh. Can I give you a hug, Darumi? I didn't know she had a brother.
Oh, I guess that was mostly because I didn't have anywhere else to go.
What do I even say to that?
Okay, you'll be in charge of convincing Takamar, Shoma, and the twins. Your job is to flip them to willing players before we're supposed to meet. You have to get them to play, no matter what.
Darumi medically needs a hug. Yeah. Yeah, she does.
Rumi stormed away without giving me a chance to object.
Police car was like, well, actually, Mongoose, there is a round when we hug her. If you remember, FB coats us in fire and we hug her and burn her to death. we give her a hug that time. She mentioned her brother in Timeline Zero when World Death was being explained. I don't even remember what World Death is.
The roomie stormed away without giving me a chance to object.
One person survived the hug, so it went better than expected, but it went worse than average. Most hugs, no one dies. One person dying is still worse than average. Actually, in some hugs, another person is born. So, like, it's actually far below the average. That was post-therapy, yeah.
Man, why is she so pushy? But now that she's asked, I can't do nothing. I don't want the game to get cancelled either, so I guess I should try to encourage everyone to join? I'm supposed to persuade Takamaru, Shoma, Ime, and Kako, huh? Of the 4, Takamaru seems the most likely to hear me out. He looks like a hard ass, but at his core he's genuine and kind. He might be willing to listen if he sees that I feel strongly about this. Okay, first one I'm going to try to convince is Takamaru. That was that. Now to think of a way to get him to join. He's probably against it because he's worried what might happen. His concerns are valid. The monster who slaughtered Gaku is behind this after all. I get why he'd want to avoid a confrontation, but if we don't participate, we may never find out who's really behind all this.
Or maybe you'll just hit a story block and the game will never tell you. Who knows?
I can't let that happen. I want to catch whoever killed our friend, no matter what it takes. Gaku might have been a careless, sneaky goofball, but he was one of our own. He didn't deserve to die. I'll never forgive whoever killed him. I'm gonna find them, and I know Takamaru feels the same. Maybe I should get him to remember how he felt when Gaku was murdered. How do I do that? How do I get Takamaru fired up again? How do you reignite the rage in someone's heart? No point in trying to figure this out on my own. I should ask around and see if anyone has any ideas.
Interesting. This is like Route Zero. With trying to convince people. Chat! That's new! There's on the right hand side of the screen, so that's a thing telling me where to go. Not particularly useful. Because I still have to run 180 degrees around the thing, but how do you talk about firing up, you ask? Give me arguing parents to my keys hold on to the negative number. I can mostly know.
Can you stop with the self-deprecation for a second and really think about it? What gets him worked up?
I'm sorry, I have no idea. I'm too scared to think about anything. You made it as all I can think about. I want to use it killing each other.
Shoma's completely terrified. It's pointless trying to question him any further.
1 out of 9. You wish to know how to ignite the fire in Takamaru's heart. I recommend giving him stickers.
Stickers?
A while back, I was messing around and put a cute character sticker on Sir Takamaru's custom biker jacket. He was completely overcome with rage. The fuck do you think you're doing to my jacket? That's the window to my soul. If you ever transition, you better damn well call me so I can kick your ass man to man. That's very progressive, I think. That's exactly what he screamed at me. If I were to describe his countenance that day, he looked like an angry temple spirit or an active volcano. So indeed, a sticker would set him ablaze.
I don't think it had anything to do with the sticker. I think he just got mad you messed with his clothes. This doesn't seem like it's going to be useful, but I'll try to remember it anyway. Hakamaru is very serious about his biker outfit. Noted.
I found one loophole in my moral code and I'm sticking to it. Takamaru. Okay. Here's the real question, chat. Do you think Takamaru would fight people who are like non-binary? Is it that he doesn't attack females? Or that he only attacks men? Actually, I guess the invaders, the small ones, he never really checked if they're male or female, so...
How to get Takamaru fired up? Pro wrestling obs. When you're locked in a tight and exchanging in pure soul energy with another fighter, your heart will be on fire. Come and experience it for yourself, Takumi. I'll spar you right now.
Sorry, Moko, but now's not good.
Too much of a wet, put your butt on the line and fight.
Well, yeah. Man, I picked out the wrong person. Ass moving right along.
I think I say he doesn't attack women. Fair. Yeah. Oh! I forgot that we had her this time. Hi, Eva. I really hope we keep you in this cage because you are equipped with explosives and terrifying. Takumi, did you bring it?
Huh?
Bring what?
My mask. You promised me yesterday.
That's right. She asked me to give her mask back to her yesterday. I should really make sure to remember how it works. You know, I should remember that it can breathe for 30 minutes. And hey, are those shutters on the wall actually? Oh man, I know a really good physics equation. Oh, I should tell all my friends about it. You can do some crazy stuff here. Sorry, Ava. I just don't have any time for that right now.
No, I've been waiting so long. Takumi, are you gonna break your promise to me? You're mocking me because you know I'm just a helpless prisoner.
Calm down. Go with the flow, Ava. You're like totally ruining my vibe. Like, what the hell? You some kind of Nozomi or something? Like, sheesh. I'll be sure to bring it when I'm done. Just wait a bit longer, please.
You promise you really will. If you don't, I'll break down crying.
She's incessantly confirming again and again that I'll actually bring it. Mask must be incredibly important to her.
Huh. There's something. Nothing came of that in the other timeline that we were aware of. Is there more to it in this timeline? We just. Why can I invest? Hey, Dead Aito, what you got for me? Hi, TK. Wrong body.
The moment I saw Gaku's body, I had an idea. This should work. I'm sorry, Gaku. I'm gonna have to move your sheet.
Salutations. TK, this game is killing me. This game is killing me. Redeem to work your last 20 minutes. No, you didn't. I can't. I don't wanna recap it. Karara's been replaced and we don't know how because the game straight up said you cannot continue this route for now. There's a fake Karara and I don't know when. Well, how long she's been a fake. But the real Karara has been a dead body in a freezer room in the basement. That is what I know. And we're not going to get the answer to that for a very long time. So we're on a different route now. Now we're on the killing game route because we cannot continue the mystery route. Yeah.
I pulled down the sheet draped over Gaku's body and came face to face with his brutalized corpse. Then, I took off his jacket. It was splattered with blood and covered in countless holes. The criminal stabbed him over and over with a knife. I felt like I could feel Gaku's pain and agony just by touching his jacket. They won't get away with this. They're gonna pay. It filled my heart with a sense of duty and conviction. If I show this Takamaru, he'll remember how angry he was when Gaku was murdered. Drumi, what are you doing here?
Can you tell? I'm pretending to be a corpse. Duh.
A corpse?
If we're gonna play a killing game, then all of the useless nobodies like me are probably gonna die first.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So, I thought I'd better practice being dead. That way I'll be a cool corpse when the time comes.
I see. Good luck with that.
You should look at Gaku's body and practice too. He's a perfect example of how we're all gonna end up.
Okay, moving on. Yukimu, what are you up to here, man? How's it going? I came to chat with Aito Atsuki. With that Aito Atsuki guy, I'm terribly intrigued by him.
Chat. He's a dead body.
Glimpses are surprisingly articulate. You can learn so much just by looking at them. I knew the moment I laid eyes on his body, he was a brilliant assassin in his own right. Oh, I would give anything to have met him while he was still alive.
Hey, Yugumo, if you can tell that just by looking at him, how have you not been able... Why weren't you able to tell in the original timeline? How to get Takamaru fired up? Isn't he always fired up? I mean, is he ever cool or composed?
But don't you think he's been holding back a bit too much lately? Normally I'd expect him to be the first to jump at the opportunity to do this invader hunt.
I mean, even Takamaru has to hold back sometimes. I mean, how many of our friends have died so far? No, he was a murderer. He didn't kill for money. True! True. I know Gaku and... Even Sirius to tape is scrap now.
What are Sirius Remains doing here?
I've been connecting what's left of him to the PC in the war room to salvage whatever data I can. I figured if I can access this confidential information, I can learn how to fix the corpse recovery drones and... Maybe I'll even be able to get some information on whoever destroyed him.
So you're basically doing an autopsy.
Yeah, I'm sure even Siri regrets that this happened to him so suddenly. So, I feel like I need to make his death mean something at the very least.
I felt my chest clench as I stared at Siri's remains. I'll never forgive whoever did this to him. They have to pay. An incredible rage was coursing throughout my body. Tsubasa, do you think I could borrow him?
I guess so, but what for?
I'm gonna show him to Takamaru. The person who did this here was more than likely the same person who murdered Gaku. Takamaru might remember his rage when he sees this.
Man, this is quite the elaborate plan to make him enraged. We're like we're bringing a Siri's dead body, we're bringing Gaku's blood-stained torn jacket. We need some stickers.
Well, if it isn't a village idiot right on cue, what is wrong with you?
What's your problem with us, son? Why are you so angry? It's like you've been replaced by a different person and the real Karara is dead in the basement and you're actually just trying to kill all of us so that you can find a number on our back and put it into a computer to try and get a shuttle to come pick you up for some reason.
Obviously because you're a complete and utter moron. If you want to play some killing game, you're such an uneducated street rat, I could puke.
She's worried about you, Takumi. We were just talking and we think you're not thinking rationally. Akumi, it's not too late. You can rethink this. I know you have your reasons, but playing out such a dangerous game is madness.
Even a sick necrophile like you should know killing game is going too far.
I'm starting to think the drones never worked inside the school unless the control bombs were triggered. Hi, you're adorable and very pretty. No, you.
Try to rub your proper brain cells together long enough to generate a spark and think about why you shouldn't value your freak fetishes over your own life.
She was being unnecessarily cruel, but Karara was worried about me in her own Karara way. I appreciate the sentiment, but... Sorry, but I've made up my mind. I'd gladly accept the risk for a chance to prevent Gaku's killer, and nothing would change my mind. Okay, these should be enough to convince him. Gaku's jacket and Seri's remains, holding onto them tightly, I barged into Takamaru's room.
I never talked to Nozomi. Oh, this is our first time seeing his room.
Whoa, Takumi, where's your manners? You can't just let yourself in. Takamaru, sorry to spring this on you, but I have something I want to show you. What is this? It's all fucked up and full of holes. Real dirty too, covered in dark stains. That's Gaku's jacket. He was wearing it when he was killed. When he was killed? You mean these stains are his blood? You asshole, why'd you show me this? Yeah, I know, nobody wants to see this, but we can't hide from it. It's got all these holes in it, see? Because he was stabbed with a knife over and over brutally. That motherfucker stabbed him this many times. God damn it, Gaku must be in so much pain. Takamaru's eyes were bloodshot as he stared at the holes in Gaku's clothes. He was shaking with fury.
Dang, I guess I'm not calling him Taki. If I called him Taki, that would mean that I'm Karama. And I don't know if I can fit that role. Oh, so yeah, ... exclamation mark. The classic.
Here's where I get him once and for all. And this is what's left of Siri. I don't know how you didn't notice me dragging an entire trash can, but I did somehow. The person who did this was more than likely the same person who murdered Gaku. He might have been a machine, but I know he suffered. He was torn to shreds. ...
exclamation mark.
Takumi, what the hell are you trying to do here? I know I owe you one, but I won't hesitate to fuck you up if you're just trying to mess with the boys of all our dead friends. No, that's not it. I just wanted to ask you. I looked Takamaru dead in the eye. It's very likely that whoever's inviting us to play this game, it's the same person who killed Sari and Gaku.
In JP, it's Takun. It sounds less like an attack on his dress sense. I never once mistook Taki for Taki.
The killer did this to our friends, is throwing down a challenge. I moved closer to Takamaru. Takamaru, listen to me. Are you sure you want to run away from this game? If you back down now, you might never get another shot at catching whoever did this.
Exclamation mark.
I can't let him get away with this. I'm gonna kill him with my bare hands. But that ain't enough of a reason to play this game. What happened to Gaku happens to all of us. It's all pointless. Crap, he's still not angry enough. I want to get Takamaru to join. He's still on the fence after all of this. I'm just gonna have to make him even madder.
It's persuasion time.
I won't let Gaku's killer get away with
Scree, scree.
I will.
Don't wreck yet, I'm not here.
Scree,
This
scree,
ain't the
scree.
time for that.
Dragging trash can.
Whatever
Like he'd
this
take anything in the
invader
snack.
hunt
Hi,
shit
blog.
is, it's obviously a trap. We got no clue what's waiting for us in the leisure lounge. We can't
What
just
is-
take up a challenge from a killer.
What kind of snack is a tacky?
So
Taki?
that biker jacket of yours is just for show, huh?
Damn, Takumi.
The fuck did you just say to me? What are you, deaf? I said a coward like you shouldn't be wearing a jacket like that. Bastard, you ain't gonna get away with talking about my jacket like that. She reflects my whole soul. It's just like Kyoshika said. Takamaru gets upset when you insult his jacket.
Being up on this route first would make persuasion a lot more common than it is. True.
He's lost his cool. Now's my chance. I'm gonna make him see his way. In my way.
Oh shit. That boosted him to 95?
You don't deserve to wear that jacket.
The fuck, man? I ain't called
Taki's
the
like a
strongest
spicy
gang
chip
boss
thing?
that's ever lived for nothing.
Huh.
You? A gang boss? You don't seem like much of a boss to me at all.
Whoa.
What?
Think about it. You're literally cowering, even though the person who killed your friend is throwing down the gauntlet. I didn't know a gang boss could be such a fair-weather friend.
Taki's a
Still
crunchy
get
tube.
any
Someone died.
respect.
That candy raspberry flavored spicy corn chips. That's insane. Not the exclamation mark.
Takamaru's face looked nothing short of demonic as he glared at me, but he didn't argue back. I must have hit him where it hurt. He was at a loss for words.
Takemaru,
I bumped my fist against his chest, near his heart.
if you want to show me how a real boss acts, fight with me. Join me. Please, join the game with me.
There was a stronger gang boss once, but he's gone to a better place. Oh, Mondo God. That was the easiest persuasion we've ever done, chat. Not the flavor, just the color.
You're gonna bust my balls like that. Guess I can't back down. Fine, I'll do it. I'll join this fucking Invader Hunt, whatever it is, and kill that bastard behind all this shit. My hard work had paid off. Takamaru had finally agreed to join.
Good job on emotionally manipulating your friend, Kumi. That's what I do to make sure you guys show back up.
But I didn't have time to stick around and celebrate. We left Takamaru's room and set off to persuade the others. Since I had won over someone as influential as Takamaru, persuading the others went smoothly.
Oh, thank God they skip it. I did not want to have to do this 3 more times, given how long the first one took. Huh? Takamaru said he'd join? If you've got someone as cautious as Mr. Yao Kushiji to fold, then I guess the game can't be all that dangerous. Everyone's gonna join, then I guess I should too.
Having successfully won against Ima, Kako, and Shoma, I'd met the quota Darumi forced on me.
And if the mastermind is a woman, Takamaru, you're right, something. True.
And then night finally came.
Oh man. All of us have to do one Minecraft Hunger Games. Winner takes all. The losers die.
I arrived at the Leisure Lounge just before 7 p.m. and found that all the other Special Defense Unit members were already there.
I mean, not all of them. I don't see Gaku. He's dead.
We've got quite a group here. Did everybody decide to join the game?
Honestly, I never wanted to come, but Rumi rang my doorbell at least 10,000 times. She was so persistent, I just gave in. I was eating snacks in the cafeteria when suddenly Lady Darumi snatched my holy Jumanji sword. I pursued the scoundrel and attempted to retrieve her, when suddenly I found that I'd been lured here. Oh, the Holy Jumanji sword is safe and sound if you're concerned. You could say this is a real steel.
Kyoshika, give that blade of yours to me immediately. I'm gonna snap in half along with your entire spinal column.
Why would you say something so frightening? Wait, what? Lady Carrara, you've come too?
We were worried when you disappeared so suddenly, so we came here looking for you.
She disappeared suddenly, huh?
Chat!
Chat! Chat!
Kyoshika, if you worry it's like that again, I'll drop a heel around the crown of your head to teach you a lesson.
Oh, for the love of murder. Looks like we've all been tricked into coming here.
Rumi seems to have used some pretty underhanded tricks to get everyone to come.
Yahaha, what a score! With this many people killing each other is gonna be so much fun! Alright, it's almost time for the game to start. Who's gonna die first? Maybe me, I sure hope so. Everybody please kill me. Oh, I should bring all of your infusers too. We're all set for the great slaughter to begin.
She's so prepared, it's scaring me.
The Rumi seemed thrilled at the idea of us killing each other, but I don't plan on hurting any of my friends. I'm not gonna let anyone else die. That's why I wanted to do this.
It's almost time. What kind of person do you think is running this game?
I'm kind of excited to see who the bad guy is.
Time passed, and finally it was 7 p.m., but... For fuck's sake, nothing's happening. Nobody came, nothing happened. The leisure lounge was as quiet and peaceful as ever.
Maybe the mastermind gave up after they started discussing insight like me was joining.
Or maybe the whole message was just a prank. Chat, my lawnmower won't stop. Chat, I'm pulling it as hard as I can, my lawnmower. My lawnmower just isn't working. I guess it's broken.
Honestly, as anticlimactic as that would be, a safe conclusion like that might be for the best. Look, it's getting late. I'm out of here. No sooner than Takamaru had said those words had happened.
Hey, Raymond. Oh my god, it's a giant bee.
Suddenly an ominous sound came from out of nowhere.
What is that sound?
It's awful, my ears hurt.
Hell, it's on revving a bike engine.
No way. I've never heard an engine make a noise like that horrible. Can you become fixed with computer in your lawnmower? Yeah, Swin. Here's the sound it's making. Thank you. That's why I gotta... do that. There you go. Just listening to it is making me... It really does sound like insects though.
The unidentified sound grew louder and louder. Where's it coming from? We looked around for the source of the sound, That's when we happen to look up at the ceiling.
Huh?
Huh?
Only to be greeted by an unbelievable sight.
Bees?
The hell? They're flying around with a bunch of big-ass bees?
Is that a spacesuit? Wait, no. A diving suit?
What?
Bee parachute? I've never seen such a hideous mode of transport.
Eek! I hate bugs! Someone get me some bug spray stat!
The individual in the spacesuit gradually lowered their altitude. They landed in the leisure lounge. You look fucking ridiculous. Take that helmet off and show us your face.
This is some wrestling federation's mass fighter. Love the costume, but you gotta lose the bees. We need to take this seriously. They might be with the invaders. What if it's a commander?
Takumi, did you see Commander like this during your first 100 days?
No, I never saw anyone like this.
Hi, Roy.
We never faced a commander who controlled bees, especially not one in a spacesuit.
Hey, who are you? It's only polite to introduce yourself.
Speak up, asshole! The mysterious person examined our faces without answering. Then they nodded, seemingly satisfied.
So good to see so many of you. With so many participants, this killing game is sure to reach a screaming climax.
Okay, chat. This person sounds. Yeah, Darumi. They sound like they are speaking like Darumi with a voice changer.
The more lives there are to lose, the more spectacular the battle.
Their voice sounded unnatural. Perhaps they were filtering it through a voice changer. Their face was obscured by their mask too. There was no guessing their age or gender.
Well done for deciding to join my game, Special Defense Unit Maggots. I commend your small act of bravery.
They commended us. Kiyoshika, they're definitely being sarcastic or trying to provoke us.
We're so terribly honored, but who exactly are you? What are you doing in this school?
I'm here to play a game with you, of course. I'm the sponsor of the Invader Hunt. You may call me sponsor. Treat the title with the respect it deserves.
Sponsor. So this is the person who invited us to play this game. Which means...
Time is precious. I wish to start the game quickly.
Maybe this person is in the Carrara Mosque. We reject the invite. Because the only difference is a branch. Yeah. I wonder if we said no if Carrara is killed the same day. Because explicitly, they said earlier that Carrara was missing for a while. So I figured that, like, if she went missing in both timelines on this day, one of them she's killed, one of them she isn't.
First, we'll hold the opening ceremony.
Hamakura, is that you? Yes, Queen. Hi, Citrus.
Let me ask you one thing first. I yelled over the sponsor, interrupting them mid-sentence. Are you the one who murdered our friend Gaku Maruko? Strange threat was written on the blackboard the day before Gaku's murder. It perfectly matches this order of events. In other words, it was only natural to assume this was the person behind Gaku's death.
Does it really matter who I have or haven't killed?
Hi, Sleepy. No, wait. Kiyoshika was missing. I What was Karara? Wait, well, Lady Karara, you've come too. We were so worried you disappeared so suddenly. We came here looking for you. Kyoshika, if you were asking in. Oh. Maybe you're right. What day Kaku and Shoma was killed in the other route? These people that because Shoma encountered X? Day 27 is when we blacked out. So, day 27. That being said, they encountered X, but X at the time could have been Kyoshika. Remember, Shoma said that the person was wearing a black coat and a black mask. And at the time, I was like, oh, is that Kyoshika? Because she's the one on the team wearing a black coat, normally.
After all, every last one of you will die in this game.
Don't dodge the question. I'm asking if you killed Gaku. Yes or no?
Yes and no. There's no other way for me to answer.
I told you not to dodge the...
Yes and no. There's no other way for me to answer. Kara? Did I not say Kara? That's what I mean to say. Yes and no. There's no other way for me to answer. Is that because it was them, but this is them from a future timeline? He killed Gaku in one timeline and not the other? I don't know. He could shoot twice. Damn it! I mean Kararia. You know who I mean. Takumi! Read that room!
The sharp voice pierced in my eardrums and caused me to cover my ears. Darumi?
I've been waiting for this day my entire life. I pray to the god of killing games every night. Beg to be released from this pointless of my life. Heck for me, my parents, my brother, my teachers, all to die in gratuitous gory style. My dream is finally about to come true. I'm gonna get the killing game I've always wanted. Don't ruin this for me. Don't you dare ruin my dream.
Hold the dog explanation board.
I was taken aback by the desperation in her voice.
Aren't you a strange one? Are you that excited for my game?
Like, you don't even know. Tell me all the messed up rules we have to follow.
It motivates me to hear you have such high expectations. Then allow me to explain the rules.
Also, this is the first time the scuba diver talked. Is it? In the Red Storm route they ran, I don't think they talked. In the zombie route, there were two of them who knocked us out. Yeah, I feel like this is the first time.
No, thank you. Not interested.
Karara interrupted and stepped forward.
And most of those noises, yeah.
I have no intention of playing your game. I refuse to even recognize it. You want us to kill each other. I never approve of such a vile game.
Don't be so rash, Tomato Head. That vileness is what will make this game interesting. You might enjoy it more than you expect if you just give it a try. It's not often you get the option to unleash your primal urges and kill your fellow man.
I told you, I'm not playing. I'm the scion of the Osazuki family, the pinnacle of all Suzukis. It's fine to be the trample and the ignorant masses from up on high, but there's no way in hell I'm following someone else to try and kill me as if we're equals.
So you refuse to participate?
That goes really tough of us. There's only the few mental patients here that want to play your deranged game.
Chat. This happens in every killing game. One person says no and they become an example. I think she's about to get Spear of Gungnir.
Takumi, she just called you a mental patient.
She means you too.
All who refuse to join the game will be eliminated. I believe I made that very clear.
I believe you did.
Karara glanced down for just a moment.
So go ahead and try.
All of a sudden, she was ready to fight.
Pull your filthy eyeballs out of your sockets and watch closely. Behold the Osazuki family boxing technique. I'm gonna beat you in your ugly costume till you're so swollen you look like you stuck your head in your stupid bee's hive.
Karara assumed a boxing stance and steadily approached the sponsor. Wait, Karara, don't try to fight them alone.
I can handle this by myself. I don't sense any fighting spirit in this pathetic worm. They have the quintessential Papa aura. I'll talk, no action. One punch will do it.
Ignoring our warnings, Karara continued to close the distance between the sponsor and herself.
Hope you like the taste of a noble fist.
Karara was unable to unleash her deadly uppercut when it happened. Karara! The beast that had been hovering near the ceiling descended with a terrible cacophony of beating wings. And then... they instantly grabbed Karara and whisked her up high into the sky.
Put me down! Put me down this instant! These horrible things are so creepy!
Karara squirmed frantically, but they held onto her tight, refusing to let go.
Karara Osazuki, I sentence you to being suspended mid-air.
Oh, that's not too bad.
What a sight, don't you think? As they say, smoke and fools rise to great heights. You can writhe and suffer for now. I'll ease your pain when the time
Okay,
is
that's a little worse. Lady Karara! Give me back my Lady Karara, you vile insect! Karara, what do we do? How do we get her back?
She's up so high, even my mid-air attack wouldn't reach her.
What do we do now? How can we save Karara when she's all the way up there? Kako's sniper rifle might be able to reach, but... this Kako's never used her hemoanima before.
Those bees remind me of that one execution? Yeah. Yup. I'm shocked she wasn't Spear of Gungnir though.
Right now, there's no way for us to attack the bees up near the ceiling. In that case, we'll just have to attack the person controlling them. Suddenly, I found myself running at full tilt, making a beeline for the sponsor. I'm not gonna lose anybody else. I let that determination take away my fear and carry me forward. I plunged my infuser in my chest as I ran. Give back.
He doesn't know the suits are immune.
I screamed as loud as my voice would let me and swung my sword down on the sponsor.
Beeline.
I felt it connect. My blade was gonna split them in two. I was so sure it wouldn't yet.
That tickled. Is that all you've got, Takumi Sumino?
How? The sponsor was completely unharmed.
It's simple. You're proud enough to inflict even the slightest scratch on me.
No, this has to be some sort of mistake. This has to be some kind of cheap trick.
Then try again. I won't stop you.
You got some balls, beeffucker. See how long you keep up this tough guy act, huh?
I'm joining the fray, Takumi. Combined our power level's like 2 million.
We can get them, guys. We need to save Karara as soon as possible.
Everybody, even if we can't take the sponsor alone, We can if we all attack together. Brace yourself, asshole.
What is that skull?
Our breaths synchronized. We all leapt to the sponsor.
Wait, no, is that... Wait, is that... Is that Takamaru's motorbike?
Take that!
I do not remember having a skull with hair on it.
You're finished!
Takamaru, Nozomi, Akishiki, and I unleashed everything we had on the sponsor.
Well, if only you had a power sword.
We punched, we kicked, we sliced, we pummeled. We tried every attack possible. We used every last ounce of our strength to win Norinji or Hemoanima to spare.
Takumi is weak, but Gaku would be able to kill easily. This is the power difference between Takumi and Gaku. Nozomi thinks she can do something with that weak ass gun. Takamaru's bike is basically the Meatloaf album cover. Oh my gosh.
We used every last ounce of our strength until we had Norinji or Hemoanima to spare. However... It tickles.
Why? Why won't our attacks do anything?
You moral some goddamn thing.
You have the endurance of a wrestler to withstand my body slam.
No matter how much we attacked, our opponent didn't even flinch. This was far beyond his strength of endurance.
Well, I've refreshed my chat. It's like hella delayed. Chat, everyone say hi. I want to see how delayed it is. Okay, it's not synced up. Weird. It was like 30-second delayed. Have you tried throwing and lifting? Typical I'm hardest to me. It's that simple. Kill them in the armpit.
They were literally invincible.
We can't give up. We must. We must save Lady Carrara. My fellow warriors, just one coordinated attack and...
Enough of this sideshow. The opening ceremony will conclude with Carrara Osazuki's death.
There was a cruelty in the sponsor's voice as they pointed to Carrara still hanging in the air.
Please, help!
It can absorb Hemoanima?
Her body was rapidly turning black. Was the swarm of beasts raining her cryptoglobin?
Lady Kurara!
Remember the zombies are immune to Hemoanima? It reminds you that out of the armor Jumanji sword is just normal? Yeah! Also, for Nervo Suzanne, she's very dumb. Isn't she trying to box host a killing game? To be fair, I don't think that was a dumb move. How is she supposed... I mean, look, if she was faster... If she got her attack in before he commanded the base, we would have been fine.
Once they'd sucked everything out of Carrara, the beast dropped her dried up husk on the floor.
No! Carrara! Carrara! no, this can't be happening. Lady Carrara can't be dead.
Don't give up yet. Let's take her to the revival medic.
Nozomi, Moko, and Kyoshika lifted up Kurara's corpse and left the leisure lounge, but...
How pointless. How can a body be revived if there isn't even a drop of cryptoglobin left in it? How pitiful that she would die before the games even began. She's ruined my schedule. I suppose I'll simply have to postpone the start of the game until tomorrow morning. Return here as soon as you're awake tomorrow. And might I remind you, there's no point in trying to escape. You know what happens if you refuse to play?
There was nothing we could say. We'd be killed instantly if we tried to resist. Never had any message come through so clearly.
Bummer. Carrara got the opening death scene.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Hi, hun. Must be nice. She died with so much drama. But it should have happened to me. Well, whatever, the game starts tomorrow. So, plenty of chances of dying. Nice, glory demise. I wonder how everyone else is gonna die. Who's gonna kill me? There's like so much to look forward to.
The roomie's air yet strangeliness and cackle rung out across the silent leisure lounge.
Ding dong, bing. Hey, chat. We have not seen any scuba suit person inside the school on a route where Siri is alive, have we? I mean, maybe they've come in and they've killed Siri, but I'm pretty sure we found out that was us. Maybe? Ritsunom, they weren't inside the school. They were outside the school. We saw them when we were looking around trying to find Ritsunom. I wonder if they're avoiding Siri. Like, I wonder if Siri would be able to identify them. If he'd be like,
"Whoa, what the? Hey, Terumi, why are you inside that suit over there? Got what? You think I couldn't tell because you were in a scuba suit? Come on, how'd you get access to one of our anti-hemoanimous suits? They should be kept in the vault."
it feels very purposeful that Siri has yet to, in any of the routes, see anyone wearing the suit. Which, okay, sure, we've disproportionately played routes where he dies at the start of it, but like, he was revived for some of them. Siri has personal drones too, that'd be an issue.
It's morning. I barely slept last night. I woke up over and over again seeing Karara's face when she died in my nightmares. He won't get away after killing my friend so horribly. If I could, I'd kill them right now.
Because chat, if this is Darumi from the future, one of them appears in the comedy route, but just full series repaired. If these are our characters from the future, this is Darumi from the future, could that mean that the person who killed Karara in the mystery route was future Karara? Is it possible the reason that we haven't noticed Karara was replaced is because it is a Karara. Because Thray's not around to be like, hey, you're not Karara. You're like 100 days older than her. Oh well.
But right now, we're too weak. We can't beat them. Our poor attempt to revolt. One poor attempt to revolt and would just be massacred. For now, we just have to obey. We just have to play the game. They want us to come back to the Leisure Lounge when we woke up. I hurried off to the Leisure Lounge. On my way to the Leisure Lounge, I came across Nozomi and Moko in the hall. Nozomi, are you okay? You're so pale.
I couldn't sleep last night. I just can't believe it. Karara, she's gone.
Karara. I didn't know what to say. What could I do for her after she lost a close friend?
We buried her. Make sure you say your goodbyes to her later, okay, Takumi?
Yeah, I promise I will.
You're not gonna get away with killing Karara. I'll do whatever it takes to avenge her. But now's not the time. They're a bit too strong for us right now.
For what? It's the only person who can go on time.
So we're all gonna play this game for a little while and wait for our chance. For now, we just have to push all the grief down and grit our teeth. Knowing how to bide your time's an important part of fighting.
So I'm supposed to leave that Moko with a ball and chain, Takamaro with his bike, and then dodge the super person because there's protection. And then there's maths with a bloodproof vest, doesn't stop the shock of the impact. Maybe it's the baby after he grew up, but didn't need to contain his power, so that's why he wears a suit. Well, we know that there's multiple people with the suit. In the Red Storm route, we saw 2 people with the suit. In the zombie route, we saw 2 people in the suit. And Yugamu was the 3rd person with the suit. Even though he got that suit from Takumi, and we don't know how Takumi got the suit. Send supers and burn the flames? Yeah. There's a visitor in the slash route. Is the visitor in the slash route? They're the one who attacked Hiroko, right? They were called the visitor? Because if we kill the visitor, another person ejects us with the stuff, but no, the second person ejecting us is Hiroko. And that leads to the comedy route. The Gi and Hiroko call them the visitor. Interesting. I still think it's funny that the suits jumped Takumi. Yeah, that was one of the scariest moments in the game when that happened.
Nozomi was barely able to hold steady on her own 2 feet. Moko looked after her as they walked to the Leisure Lounge.
Dr. Dog explanation mark.
I made a vow to myself as I watched Nozomi walk away. No matter how this game turns out, I'll protect Nozomi to the end. No, not just Nozomi. I won't let anyone else die.
She says the visitor saves her from Takumi. Question is, who would that be in that route? That's the big question.
Because I came back here to protect them, grab hold of a future, we can find happiness.
Like, I'm feeling very strongly in my belief that Anyone in a suit is just someone from the future. The only people I can think of who would protect Hiroko would be Hiroko.
At last, I present you the rules of the Invader Hunt. Once we are all in the Leisure Lounge, the sponsor began to explain the rules without any preamble. The rules are exceedingly simple. All you have to do is hunt the creatures known as invaders. You will gain points for every invader hunted, which will be tallied
and reflected in the live rankings.
The names of everyone in the room were shown on a screen being held up by two bees.
One round lasts.
Maybe the fake crowd was actually the real crowd from the future. Yeah, that's what I said. We had like a 5-minute convo about that. Better go.
The person ranked last at midnight on the 10th day will be executed.
Oh my god, there's no way for us to all live.
By my bees.
And FB in the mystery route did say about a malicious aura of the future that hurt him. Yeah.
Executed. Rara's death was proof that this was no bluff. They could easily kill us all.
In short, we need to try and kill as many invaders as possible. I'm glad we don't have to actually kill each other or anything. I mean, not glad, but... We're just hunting invaders, then we just keep fighting defensive battles, right?
That's the same shit we're doing anyway. Not at all. What you're doing was merely defending your base. Hurting and defending are entirely different. The hunt, you must go out. The playing field is the space outside of your school. You will not receive points for any invaders killed at the school, no matter how many.
We can't get points anywhere in the red. Area shaded red. That's anywhere within the school grounds. That means if we want points, we'll have to go hunt down invaders wandering outside.
So we're being forced to fight outside the ring then. And too much for showing me before those like this.
But what happens if the invaders attack the school while we're all out there? If a commander strikes when this place is empty, it's the end of the line. The 100 line.
All you need to do is engage them before they infiltrate the school grounds. They say that a good offense is the best defense after all.
Then we can't stray too far from the school.
If we're not careful with how many battles we fight out there, we'll end up the school all fight for going out of the ring.
So we need to hunt in a place where we can quickly return to the school if something happens.
Now we're gonna track down. I mean, invaders are down out there.
You're not counting on an honor system, right? So we'll definitely end up lying about their numbers.
These bees will count your points. Whenever you kill invaders, they will count the points and report them to me.
In other words, those bees will be monitoring our actions while we're playing this game. Guess running away isn't going to be an option.
And last but not least, the most important rule of all. You are strictly forbidden from causing me harm while the game is underway. Anyone who defies me will immediately become food for my bees. Try not to lose your cool.
A rather tyrannical one-sided rule, isn't it? Does this mean we can't resist even if you use violence against us?
Don't worry, I will not lay a finger on any of you. The game will immediately cease to sponsor harm to participants without just cause.
And that is our way out of here. That's the solution we were looking for.
In other words, they won't hurt us so long as we do what they say.
But you're the one who enforces these rules. If you turn on us, we're entirely without recourse.
I intend to run this game as fairly as possible. Otherwise, things would be very boring. I promise not to violate the rules. Please trust me on that.
There's no way we can trust them, but we're in no position to argue.
Now then, that concludes the explanation of the rules. There are plenty of other hidden rules, but I'm not so inclined as to give them away at this juncture. Come up with strategies of your own. Doing is learning.
The sponsor looked at all of us and shouted,
Special Defense Unit maggots, participants of my game, assume your new roles as proud hunters and claim as many invaders as you can. The invader hunt has hereby officially begun.
Without so much as a moment to prepare, the game was on.
The game will end at the sponsorship one without just cause. Why just cause? Because it's Darumi, and Darumi is a sucker for Danganronpa. Possibly even the 999 games, the Zero Escape games and stuff. There's always rules like this. Every time. Why the sponsor more Monokuma wannabe than Siri? Yeah, exactly.
But I wasn't sure how I was supposed to handle our newly assigned task. I decided to go back to my room and prepare to leave the school grounds.
Could we not all just mutually agree not to kill anyone? What happens if it's a tie?
The Invader Hunt is a point-based hunting game. I decided to review the rules of the game. The rules themselves are simple. All we really had to do was hunt invaders.
We need is to give that scuba suit some caddies and it'd fit right in. It is a feminine sounding speech pattern, isn't it? Dylan Hills and stuff. Yeah. It definitely is. Like, I am fully convinced it's Darumi. Because no one else in the game has talked that way. Maybe Ema, if Ema was crazy, but like, it's a very, it's a very drama kid way of speaking. Almost like what I do, sorta. Like, it's less about the pitch, it's more about accentuating words and hyping everything up and using the most grandeur of language to make everything sound like you're shoutcasting and making things more interesting. That kind of stuff.
However, the game field was outside school grounds. Even if we killed an invader, if it happened in a school facility or in the schoolyard, it wouldn't count.
Like Kyoho? No, earlier. It wasn't a Kyoho, but there was a I remember because I explicitly Kyoho'd over it. Will you make wisdom teeth fall today? That's pretty wise of you. It's so obviously Darumi that it feels too obvious and it will be someone else. Probably.
Basically, no matter what we do in a defensive battle, it won't be worth any points. If we wanted points, we had to go out exploring and hunt down any invaders we came across. But it's way too dangerous constantly fighting out there. If we died outside school grounds, the drones wouldn't collect our bodies and the Revive-O-Matic wouldn't revive us. Death would truly be final.
I remember being spoiled in another mystery game and noticing the mastermind had a lady walk and there was only one lady character that wasn't ancient. How observant.
We have to be careful so we don't die. And if we want to do that, we should probably form teams. In a team, there'd be someone there to have our backs and we could look after one another to keep each other alive. We need comrades if we want to survive. Okay, before I go out, I should find someone to partner up with. I decided to go talk to everyone to see if anyone wants to team up with me.
Damn. Takumi is straight into this.
For some reason, when I went out to the roof, everyone was already there. There was no sign of Darumi or Hidoko, but almost everyone else was there.
Takumi.
Oh, everyone, great timing. I just figured out a way we can survive this game. Do you mind if we talk? Everyone rushed over to me and I explained the necessity of forming teams.
Huh?
So I think we should at least be in pairs. Trying to do this solo just to end them game over the moment you take a lethal hit. Yeah, we're just saying the same thing. That we should work in teams, I mean.
We were actually just deciding the teams.
Unsure, we're right in the middle of a draft meeting.
Haku pulled out a piece of paper with members of each team written on it.
The first team is us boys and Sister Dearest.
And the second team is all the girls.
We might end up spending a lot of time together from now on, so we thought grouping up by gender would make sense.
What we're worried about is Yugamu, who's nowhere to be found.
He's a boy, but it's entirely possible he'd like to stick with Miss Kirifuji and Miss Megadori, as he's done up to this point.
But if we put Yugu in Team 2, then we should put Hiroko in Team 1.
Miss Shizuhara is very strong, so we were discussing giving preferential negotiating rights to the weaker team.
Preferential negotiating rights? This really is like a sports draft. By the way, what team do you want me in? It would make sense if I was in the male-centric team, but...
You have to play alone. Nobody wants you. I was so shocked hearing that. My voice withered away mid-exclamation. Why? Why am I the only one being left out? Don't tell me you guys are still suspicious of me. I thought we cleared things up about Gaku. I didn't kill him. It was the sponsor. Isn't that obvious? No, we're on the same page there. They're definitely the ones who killed Mr. Maruko. They destroyed Sirei too. They're behind everything.
Well, you never asked about Sirei.
And I believe Chad told me that it was in fact
that Hiroko admitted to killing Sirei. Because I don't remember that, but I think I asked Chad and they said that. This is the best way to survive, oh not you. Basically.
Then why?
Mr. Sumino, have you forgotten? You killed Mr. Atsuki.
Sorry. No, Hiroko said Takumi did it. Sorry. My bad. Wait.
Have we dealt with that in this timeline? Yeah, we should have. We should have the first time we were knocked out. That's why we were knocked out for so long. I think.
Sure, but why bring that up again? He was a traitor. He had to go.
Even if I grant you that, he was still one of us. If you had a comrade who could kill another comrade without batting an eye, would you want to team up with them in a killing game?
No, wait, you've got to be kidding.
But...
And whenever you do anything, someone invariably ends up dead.
You're cursed! Do us all a favor and get out of here!
You're more than cursed! You're the Grim Reaper!
The Grim Reaper. It stung, but I couldn't argue. It was true that I was the common denominator in all of the deaths so far. I came back to the past and immediately killed Ido. Because I ignored the message on the blackboard on day 4. Gaku was killed the next day. And 2 days ago I decided to join the game and encourage everyone to join with me. Because of that, Kararu died so brutally.
Oh no, I killed a man who murdered his own parents and tried to kill me seconds before. I'm such a bad person. I mean, from their point of view, like... it's kind of whack.
If you hadn't convinced us to join this game, Lady Kararu would still be with us. It's all your fault, all of it. Give her back. Give Lady Kararu back to me.
The blood of Lady Kurara is on your hands!
And Sarah's on life reinforcements later. Taka and Kako are supposed to be like cinnamon buns throughout. Makes kind of mean.
Sorry, can I remind you, in the original route, in Route 0, Ema stabs Takamo. And like emotionally abuses Kako.
Yoshika drew close to me, letting out a pained cry. I couldn't bring myself to meet her eyes, which are now red and swollen from crying.
You know, that's not true. She died, so you refused to. Yeah. To be fair, she probably lives a couple more days before she's replaced. Maybe.
Yoshika, no.
Oko put herself between us and embraced Kyoshika.
Maybe Takumi won't bring her back. It'll just make it hurt even more.
But...
Knowing how to swallow your sorrow is part of fighting. We need to be strong right now.
I'm sorry, Takumi. Yoshika understands. I swear. She knows it's not your fault Kurara died. But she has no outlet for her grief, so she's just hanging out on you.
I was so shocked that I couldn't utter a single word. I had no idea everyone had so much contempt for me. All I ever wanted to do was make everyone happy. That was why I came back. Where did it all go wrong? We could have lived out a happy ending where we were all just fish. I could have been a mackerel. They could have been mackerel, aside from two of them. That's crazy.
I swear, Layla could fortune where the hell she's called, turn against the moment you're off title. Sheesh, this whole slew of shit speaks for himself. Not even I can help you there. Sorry, but you're on your own.
Sorry, Takumi.
Everyone left one after the other, leaving me all alone on the rooftop.
The thing of the fish route was the happiest outcome of the Collider route. True.
I felt total despair. This was my first time being so obviously and intentionally isolated.
Wow, it's been a while since we've seen our mum. Isn't it crazy, chat? How we have a mum. Takumi has a mum who is fully 3D modeled and rigged and voice acted for one scene in the game that lasts maybe a whole 2 minutes.
I always had Karua by my side in the TRC, and my mom and dad were always waiting at the dinner table whenever I went home.
It's also been a long time since we talked about Karua. I feel I've not even thought about Karua at all today. The Zobi's past has not come up once.
But now here I was, all alone. I would have to face this game of death all by myself. Nobody would ever want to team up with the Grim Reaper. But then I thought of something. That's right, Hiroko. I saw Hiroko in my mind's eye. On day 5, she took me to the second to last Defense Academy.
I said we need to bring in a second team to increase our combat power.
I can never really tell what she's thinking, but she's a surprisingly caring person. She might be willing to work with me on this. Maybe I should ask Hiroko if she'll team up with me.
You know, if I had a cute cuddlebug childhood friend and my mom said just marry her already, I probably would. Kumi really isn't a dum-dum.
Feeling a sliver of hope, I decided to stop by Hiroko's room.
Is she already out there killing?
I was praying hard as I rang her doorbell. Please, Hiroko, you have to answer. If you forsake me too, then it's all over. Maybe my prayers were answered because...
Takumi, what do you need at this hour?
Hiroko, thank goodness you're still here. I was almost tearing up with happiness. I'm so glad you're here. So glad the moment I met you, you stirred my soul.
Can I go back inside? You're creeping me out.
No, wait, just hear me out, please.
You're not about to try and tell me about the word of God, are you?
No! I explained everything that just happened. I didn't leave out a single detail. I told her how they called me the Grim Reaper, how no one would team up with me.
So you're already very low popularity. You've now hit rock bottom then.
Hurts when you say it like that, but in a nutshell, yeah. At this rate, I'll have to do the invader hunt all alone. I'm begging you, Hiroko. There's no one else I can trust. Please team up with me. I lowered my head and pleaded sincerely.
Did Kimi from reminiscing over Kara to merely flirting at Hiroko?
I believed that if anyone would lend me a hand to pull me out of my predicament, it would be Hiroko, but...
I'm afraid I must disappoint you.
My hope was crushed. Is there anything I can do to change your mind? If you teamed up with me, I'll work myself to the bone for you. I promise I'll be useful to you.
It's simply not possible. I will not be teaming up with you for this game.
Do you think I'm the Grim Reaper too?
Please, I don't believe in that kind of superstitious nonsense. I simply have my own situation to deal with. Besides, I already have a partner.
You do? Just then.
Why do I feel strangely blushy crushy?
Get lost, Takumi. Mr. Choco's all mine.
Darumi!
I'm voicing this.
Oh. Stupid puppy. I told you not to come out. Go back into your doghouse like a good girl.
What's going on? Why is Darumi barking?
Oh. You know how this one's been an overexcited nuisance since the killing game was announced, right? So I turned her into my dog.
I don't understand in the slightest.
Basically, I used strength to make her submit, and it broke her little.
Come to think of it, Darumi has been unusually quiet during the announcement of the rules. I guess she was already a dog at that point.
Oh. I have a responsibility to her as her owner, so I'll be playing the game with her.
Go away and no boys allowed in the Yuri zone. Okay. Yeah, I ship it. I ship it. She's all mine.
I instinctively fled after being ferociously barked at by Darumi.
Really Gaku real life to see this?
I guess I'm on my own then. I felt strangely refreshed after being so cleanly rejected. Fine, I'll play with myself. I'll hunt down the invaders on my own and survive all on my own too. Half sulking, I headed to the entrance hall.
Darumi being the most funniest is right. I honestly imagine her being Harley Quinn. I mean, yeah.
There was someone unexpected waiting for me when I arrived at the entrance hall.
How pitiful and must go all alone. Are you gonna hunt or be to be hunted?
Oh, were you waiting here so you could laugh at me?
No, I merely came to give you some information. I failed to mention it earlier, but I've added more fire extinguishers. Now you may go outside at any time. You shall hunt whenever it pleases you.
You're pre-prepared. How long have they been planning this?
Now then, go out there and hunt.
See, that was such a Darumi laugh. So we are tentatively sure that blue here in this world makes you kill crazy and aggressively bi. We'll wait a third person to confirm it. True, we have Darumi and we have Yugamo. But I mean, they both died here, right? Like, Darumi's has definitely died. There's more with purple. Yeah, Yukimu's has also died. Funny, people actually have naturalish hair colors in this. Actually, everyone in this game has natural hair color. Apart from Nozomi, who is white, yeah. Actually, our hair is like violently red, but we know they're not dyed because Takumi's mother has the same hair. Actually, no, there's a couple people with purple hair. We have 3 people on the team with like whitish blonde hair.
Struggle away from my amusement.
I wonder if you get bonus points from killing commanders. I guess people just stylize black. Yeah. One thing is, right, like, I don't know how you explain Takumi's hair, given his mom's hair's the same. Maybe it's stylized red, but then does that mean that black part has died? Gray hair. That I'd say is black. Dyed. Gray hair. Blonde. Normal. Actually, Emma might also have died here because the inside of his hair is white. Oh yeah, his hair color should be more like, yeah, the inside of his hair is the same color as Kako. Normal, white, blonde, normal, dyed. I guess maybe Moko's dyed her hair purple. Who knows?
It's dangerous to stay too far from the school. I should try to find invaders as close as possible. I'm pretty sure I have a decent number of invaders. I'm pretty sure a decent number of invaders were wandering around the city to the south. I'll head over there today. Just as I thought, there was a large number of invaders inhabiting a nearby city. They roamed around the ruins like zombies with no will of their own. They were all just basic cannon fodder. I could defeat them on my own. I sensed the president glanced up in the air to see one of the sponsor bees were tailing me. It must be here to count my points. Okay, here goes. I stifled my breath and slowly crept up on one of the invaders. Time to attack with everything I've got. I wanted to attack, my legs froze. I couldn't move. Am I scared? I'd fought on my own plenty of times before. There was a difference between choosing to go alone and having no alternative. I was just gonna have to fight alone forever. I was scared of confronting the truth. But I can't just cower forever, can I? I took a deep breath and steeled myself. This time I leapt out in front of the invader.
Oh boy.
Let's do this. Let's go. Time to use it. Here we go. All right, let's go. Say when. This should do it. Ready when you
Let's do it to it.
Take that! Let's do this.
Neither of those kill.
That's it. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah! Got it.
They actually expect you to play the game again.
Good to go.
I know, it's been
My
so
turn.
long.
Ready when you are.
I always forgot what it was like to play the game.
Harder. My turn.
Also, it's crazy
I've
that
got
I'm
this.
finally getting used out of this.
Keep your guard up. My turn.
My turn.
Ah!
Who put this gameplay in my visual novel? Whoa! We actually used Counter-Strike. Did we have to? Not really. I just wanted an excuse to use the features of the game we haven't had to use.
That's it. All ready when you are. Take that. I've got this. Takes more than that.
I didn't even know this kind of content was in the game. I thought it was just a visual novel.
Take this.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, this. Yup. There's. Yup. Yup. There's a lot of this.
I was already exhausted even though I only killed off a few minions.
Okay, give yourself some credit. That was like 15.
I can't come back if I die out here. The lingering fear of death weighed heavily on my mind and body. But I couldn't afford to rest. I had to do whatever it took to get more points, not to mention. Invaders drawn by the sound of fighting were showing up one after the other. They were beginning to surround me.
Hey, B. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Bunny Brigade. Glad to be here.
Invaders drawn by the sound of fighting were showing up one after the other, and they were beginning to surround me.
I think the last gameplay some updates. The last update some gameplay changes. Yeah. Yeah.
I prepared to face the next battle with scarcely any time to breathe in between.
Man, I really want to do my big attack, but I don't
Let's go.
want to die
Time
for
to
it.
use it. Let's do this.
Let's do it to it. Yeah. A little bunny has been discovered. I am Disco's bunny.
Take that. Got. Here we go. Here.
I'm still more and more enjoying voice acting. You know, when I never saw anything like this. Yeah, it was a lot more common in the original route. If you've done a fight before, you're able to skip it.
Let's go.
So I've been skipping the combat because obviously I played the game enough to
Gotta push it.
have done most of the fights in the game. And imagine how much longer this game would be if I was doing all the fights.
Let's do this.
We also haven't had to do the grinding for resources for a while, which is the other main time I'd use it.
There. Got it. Here we go.
Thumb.
Say when.
Thumb.
I've got this.
Thumb.
This should do it. Let's do this. Yeah. All right.
Seen a bunch of
here
videos a
we
couple
go.
days ago. I'm not feeling this game. Seems chock full of content. Yeah, I'm currently 130 hours into the game.
Say when. Good to go.
And we only have 30 out of 100 endings.
Here we go.
Ain't that something? feel like 300 more hours to go. Yeah, I'm glad you're followed so you can see it all. Also, if you really want to know what you've missed, I upload all this to YouTube, which I'm also actually streaming on YouTube right now. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, you can watch all my playthroughs there. I've actually been uploading gameplay throughs to there for like a year or so now. So it's like, there's quite a few you can watch now. Pretty cool.
No matter how many I kill, more just keep cropping up. They just kept streaming it until I was completely surrounded. They were just mooks, but there were too many of them. My stamina was at its limit.
I wish I wasn't alone.
I needed to toughen up, but just telling myself that wasn't doing anything. For the first time, I truly felt how alone I was. At this rate, I will die without anyone ever knowing. Just then,
I'll help you out, Takumi.
Yugamu!
I heard a voice and turned around. Standing there was
Yugamu! Of course. Showing up uninvited but sorely needed. It's everybody's beloved Yugamu Omokage.
What are you doing here? Were you trying to score some kills out here too?
We can talk later. Let's take care of these things first.
Yay! Okay.
There was something creepy about how he put it, but I was grateful at him in the moment. Our breath synced up when we began to clean the swarm of invaders.
In this route, Yugamu is our friend.
Wait.
And that is all we need to know.
I'm good to go.
In this route, Yugamu is our friend. And I think that's pretty neat. And shiz.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Got it. Here we go. I've got this. Not bad.
Red Oni, Blue Oni, let's go.
Ready when you are.
I don't think we're the Oni, but I mean, now you pointed out they do have the coordinated
right, here we go.
red and blue color scheme
Ready
down.
when you are. My turn. Gotta push it.
Also, since we have a second person, I'm now way more free to do this.
One last strike.
Kablamo!
Take care of the rest. I'm good to go. Does this
Booyah!
do it for ya?
Oh shit, there's one
Time
left.
for me to move.
Wing.
Let's get to the killing. How about this? I'm good to go.
Thrills, chills, kills! It's a kill
Experiment
game!
time.
Boo 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 boo! Boo 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 boo!
Is that all of them?
Seems so. I don't sense any trace of them. Well fought, Gumi. You're in quite a predicament considering it's the first day.
I couldn't believe it. I was shocked to see how they just kept coming. I was almost killed by a bunch of weaklings. Fighting truly isn't something to be done alone. Right, I didn't get it properly. Thank you. You saved me, Yugamu. Thank you.
Now Takumi can do what he does best, be the straight man to Yugamu's gay, I mean foil.
If you hadn't run into me here, I might have been the first to be eliminated from the invader hunt.
Oh, no need to thank me. It wasn't by coincidence that we met here.
It wasn't?
Yes, I've been following you all morning. You had no idea, did you? Tailing people is one of my specialities.
Was he just joking to play off his embarrassment? No, that doesn't seem like what's going on here. He really was following me. And it makes sense why he showed up at the perfect time to save me. But why? What was the point of following me?
Oh, for the love of murder, don't be so wary of me, Takumi. I'm not going to eat you, alright? Although you do look plenty delicious to me.
How could I not be wary of an assassin? Nugamu Omokage, the descendant of a family of assassins. I'll come right out and ask, why were you following me?
I was figuring out my timing. I wanted to come gallantly to your rescue if you found yourself in trouble. I'd be able to show you how useful I am. Called a courtship display.
Oh! Damn, he's straight up like, I am trying to riz you.
Why is everything you say so creepy?
Oh. He confessed to you and you turned it down, Takumi.
Well, that's the long and short of it.
He muttered as he held out his right hand to me.
Takumi, would you team up with me?
He's offering to form a team. It was never all I wanted. It was all I ever wanted, my isolation, but... Why do you want to team up with someone everyone hates? Wouldn't you rather be with Nozomi or Kyoshiko or the others?
I don't do well in groups.
The yaoi route. Yeah, finally. For what it's worth, Yugamu is definitely my husband of this game.
I don't do well in groups. Honestly, I'd rather enjoy my kills alone, but going in alone is too risky. So I thought buddying up with the odd man out would be just the thing.
Is that really the only reason? It made sense, but it's hard to decipher his true intentions. I was sure he was planning something given that he went out of his way to ask me after I'd been ostracized, but if I turned down his offer, I'd have to hunt alone forever.
Well, will you join me or not?
What should I do? Should I team with Yugamu?
This feels like such an obvious yes. That I'm like, why do they even give me a choice? If I say no, do I just like, is no another like full-on route? Or is it just an instant ending? I'm so curious. I'm so curious. I want to see what happens. Also, this was the Yuri route. Remember? Hiroko and Darumi. I want to know what happens.
Sorry, I can't team up with you. I was convinced Yugamu had to be plotting something, given that he went out of his way to approach me after I'd been ostracized.
Well, yes, but we got the Yuri route before. We never got a true yaoi route. Yeah. We had a weird mix of like half Yuri, half yaoi. Like it was a girl who liked boys and a boy who liked girls. I don't know what you'd call that. A Yuri yaoi route? Something.
The things he usually talked about already made me uneasy. He probably just wanted to torment me for his own amusement.
Oh, for the love of murder, you're a cautious one, aren't you, Takumi? Turning me down is as good as having a death wish, you know? Unless you have someone else in mind.
No, I'm not gonna team up with anyone. I'll survive by myself. Stop following me.
Is it just girls existing to the Yuri now? Seems like bars are luring everywhere. Sorry, the game is the one that called it Yuri multiple times. They did it. Well, there was one scene with Takamaru and Showman in the OG timeline that never got expanded.
With that, I ran away. I ran and ran until I was nearly out of breath, trying to get away from Yugamu as quickly as I could. The thought that he might be trying to kill me struck fear into my heart. But no matter how far I ran, I didn't feel safe. After all, I was up against a professional assassin. I continued to run around with heedless abandon. Where am I? I realized I'd ended up in a place I'd never seen before. Where is this? Which direction is the school? I started looking around my surroundings. All of a sudden, a huge swarm of school invaders popped out from the shadows. Of all the times to show up! I spun around and began to flee. Despite my best efforts, I was unable to shake off the pursuing invaders. They kept coming after me relentlessly, trying to intimidate me with their weird cries the whole time. I'd been running for about like hours, but they were still hot on my trail. In fact, there were now even more invaders than before. And then it finally happened. The invaders managed to completely surround me. I saw no way out. The only thing I can do now is fight, but I can't possibly beat this many invaders by myself.
Somebody, help me!
Of course, it was pointless to call for help.
Yugamu, are you out there somewhere?
He wouldn't come help me now. Not after I slapped away his offer to work together so flawlessly. Sorry, I can't team up with you. Why did I turn down his offer to help? Oh right, because I'd gone so paranoid. I'd lost my mind after falling out of favor with everyone else and took that frustration out on Yugamu. But all he really wanted was to save my life. It was too late for regrets. I was truly alone now. The invaders getting more and more excited, like animals licking their lips before a big meal. They'd found me isolated from the others, and now they couldn't wait to start tearing me apart. Slowly and steadily, they inched closer. And the closer they got, the stronger the smell of death became. My breathing quickened, my body was trembling. I instinctively understood that this was the end. As I looked death in the face, I finally understood how powerless someone who was completely isolated could be. Somebody who had lost the trust of the others, who had lost the ability to trust others.
Holy!
Somebody like that was already as good as dead.
Killing game rat, as good as dead. The setting bothers me. It's very standard bad end, which is again some point of the game, and I find it hard to believe you could willingly let me die like this or lose track of him. Says remember? Yeah, it feels off, but like I guess I don't really mind it because it's such an obvious bad end. If that makes sense. Like I think the biggest, like, I don't know. The only problem I have with it is that it's kind of boring, you know? Like that's my only problem with it, is that it's kind of boring. Now keep in mind, I think they could have made it more interesting if while he was running, I don't know. I don't even know what I'd say. I don't know, he fell down into like some random pit. And in the pit there was like, I don't know, bodies of, I don't know, dead commanders or something. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Here we go. Then it could be like a, ooh, that's like a spoil. That's like a teaser for what's gonna happen in the other ending. She asked them saying they weren't gonna be cheap banians. Did they? Because I tried to avoid much of the marketing just because I didn't want spoilers. But we explicitly found I don't know which one it is, but one of these was called the worst ending in the game.
Well, you're stuck with me for a while then. I shook Yugamu's hand. Whether he could be trusted was beside the point. I simply couldn't carry on like this all by myself for much longer. For now, I would team up with Yugamu.
I'm glad to see our hearts are in tune with each other, partner. Want to try for the best couple award while we're at it?
Oh my god, he is flirting hard. Do you really think they do the IRL with the Ido? No cheap or same ones, I guess they bit off more than they could chew there. I think the fish route be the worst one so far. What? I love the fish route. The fish route is probably my top 5. Red Snom, then zombie route. Honestly, doesn't even matter. All the zombie route endings were so good, all 4 of them. The Empire Friendship. What do I have? Hang on, what are my endings? Shoot, routes. Yeah. That means that the fish is my full favorite ending. Hiroko Slasher, the ending was so good. I will say, I don't think it was quite as good as the zombie endings. I definitely preferred the zombies over the slasher. But this, maybe that's just because the slasher was built up for so long. Like, the slasher was a bit of a slow burner. I loved it. But it was a bit too much of a slow burner. Like, I knew it was Takumi from so early on.
Don't think they're giving out awards here. Also, you and I are not a couple. While Yugi and I were trading quips, we heard it.
You're not a couple? The slasher and zombie complement each other? Yeah. I think the zombie is just the stronger half. Because each day in the zombie route is more important than the slasher route, I'd say.
What the? There was an ear-splitting sound and the earth shook, but it wasn't an earthquake. It felt more like...
I sensed a torrential gush of overwhelming energy. Someone with incredible powers present nearby.
Yeah. Don't tell me commanders are joining the hunt. This is bad news. Just the 2 of us wouldn't be enough to deal with a commander.
I'm not a big fan of slasher because both routes are weird. Time paradox, they kind of with each other, which kind of have the same thing about. I love that. Like, I said at the time, I love Doctor Who. Doctor Who loves its bootstrap paradoxes. They love episodes that can't exist. Or, like, stuff like that. I love timey-wimey spacey wacy. It's not a bootstrap paradox. And look, if it's something I don't know, then, like, I'll figure it out when I play more routes. If I can know it. If it's not, eh.
A little bit of reconnaissance would go a long way right now. Tiptoe after me as quietly as you can manage, Kumi.
Right.
Now, I'm going back to this route.
We cautiously made our way towards the source of the sound while hiding behind pieces of rubble along the way. And then...
Hey! You saw that, Mistress Hirago? My 18th invader kill! How've you been treating them?
But the bloodiest brand of carnage only I can dish out. What else? Now save your breath for tearing them.
Chat,
from
you
limb
may
to
not
limb.
like it,
Let those
but this is what
entrails
Yuri looks
fly.
like.
Let the bloodworks explode far and
This is
wide.
pure, unfiltered Yuri.
Mistress Hirago! Nobody goes wild as beautifully as you! Your rampaging form electrifies me! You're everything I long to become!
Yeah.
Those two are enjoying this way too much. They aren't hunting anymore. They're just straight up massacring every invader they see.
It kills me to say this, but I'm afraid we must cede the best couple of wood to them.
Oh my god. This is actually the Yaoi Yuri route.
Something feels off though. Yudoko's always been strong, but when did Darumi get so powerful?
That's an interesting point.
She hadn't joined any defensive battles before this, and should be woefully unfamiliar with combat.
The euphoria of finally being able to take part in a killing game has likely unlocked the latent potential of No Hemo Anima, making it bloom.
That's an unconventional way to unlock latent potential.
Why the gripe potential is a logic defying by definition. Also, we should totally call Danehead back now. They've likely already murdered all the invaders in Syria anyway.
Yeah, we've earned enough points today. Let's go back and rest up for tomorrow.
Technical term is an ontological loop. Say a hole opens up, and you give yourself a key later, the hole opens up, give it to cast where it come from. Yeah, bootstrap paradox. That's the more common name for it.
We made our way back and decided to drop by the leisure lounge before return to our rooms.
Also, I wonder if she's powered up because the visitor is her and they're like synergizing together. In the same way Takumi became way more powerful traveling from the past, and his power made everyone around him stronger. I wonder if maybe Darumi is buffing just herself. These mentions that they're not... Yeah, they're a key part of it. Well... wait, do they go by the visitor in this route, or are we just calling him that? I forget.
We checked the leaderboard.
Unsurprisingly, those two are in the top spots. I expect they'll be staying ahead of the pack for a long time.
The sponsor, sorry.
Third place?
That's what they called.
Honestly, I thought it'd be much lower than that. Well, I did take out quite a number of invaders today.
And I'm in fourth.
I don't think they're the same
We
person.
won't fall to the bottom of the rankings in the first round, at least.
So, yeah, Shoma's last. Shoma is gonna die.
The first round of this game will last until day 35. Whoever finishes last in each round will be executed. I decided I wouldn't keep tabs on where the others were placed. Ensuring my own survival was more important. And besides...
You're cursed! Do us all a favor.
So,
and
Boots
get
have used
out of
future
here.
knowledge or skill to boost something?
You're
Or
more than
future
cursed.
items.
You're the Grim Reaper.
If you pass an
blood of Lady
alter an
Kurata is
item
on
back in
your
time,
hands.
you use that. Which is why your example of a keyword. But
Jeez, this whole slew of messed up shit speaks for itself. Not even I can help you out here. Well, I shouldn't be letting the people ostracize me. Ostracize me live rent free in my head anyway. what a day. The constant fighting and stress of possible death had strained my mind and body to their limits. I wanted to rest early to recover from the fatigue, but...
Hey!
Care to explain what you're doing in my room?
It's just something buddies do, right? And that's what we are. Buddies, partners, bosom chums. Goes without saying we need to be joined at the hip.
Join your own hips and get out of here.
Come on, bud, humor me. Pretend we're brainstorming strategies for the rest of the hunt. How about that? The game's more of a marathon than a sprint, so we gotta come up with a long-term plan. Playing it by the ears the whole time is bound to lead us to quick and easy deaths.
He makes a very good point. Can you at least make it clear whether you want to be disgusting or discreet?
Who would I be if I didn't dabble in a little bit of both? Call me a double dipper if that's what turns you on. Winky face emoji.
Hey!
In your dreams!
You give me just chilling on his bed. I ship it.
Grammar time. Hold your applause. Nugamu's name is a verb meaning to warp, blend, distort something. On its own, it's usually read ibitsu. It's a noun meaning a warping, bend, or distortion.
That's good to know. I ship it not as hard as Takumi Darumi. I love that one. Yeah, that one's still... I'm a sucker for tragic romance, and that was the most tragic romance we've seen. I would definitely say that Karara is a close second, and then it would be Kyoshika. I guess Nozomi from the OG timeline would be fourth. Yeah. Nozomi not even making the top 3 ships with Takumi Lamar. To be fair, her story is so unfinished. From at our current point, you know, it's hard to say otherwise.
After that, we spent several hours discussing strategies for surviving the killing game in the days to come.
Nozomi to Vanilla. There's a reason why she's called Miss Vanilla. Wait, is she called Miss Vanilla, like, as a greater thing? Like, is that, like, her name online? Or... I thought that was just something we had in chat. Or is, like, a wider thing?
Bedtime already. Time flies when you're having so much fun.
It's just a thing. Okay, sorry, it can be hard to tell. There's a lot of times JRPGs get like certain names for characters, and like it's hard to tell whether like it's made in a certain community or whether like it expanded from the greater community into there. I'm looking at you, number 7.
Bedtime already. Time flies when you're having so much fun. If you don't mind, Takumi, we can continue the rest of this conversation in bed.
Of course I mind. It's about time you went back to your own room.
Takumi is blushing hard.
Oh, Takumi throwing me out after our exciting intercourse without any pillow talk at all. How cold is your heart?
Hey!
Stone cold out now. After chasing Yugami out of my room, I crawled into bed and closed my eyes. I had to grab every second of sleep I could to let my tired body recover, but...
Give her back! Give Lady Karara back to me!
I swear, late luck of fortune, where out she's called, turn against Simone, you off to Idaho.
Oh.
It's possibly embarrassed without being into it, you know? Not that kind of, not that expression.
I will not be teaming up with you for this game.
Your words from this point reverberate around my mind, preventing me from slipping into a restful slumber. How did it turn out like this? Came back in time to lead everyone toward a brighter future. So why am I being so despised? What I wouldn't give to return to those happy days.
Man, you know, Takumi really has a bad... Oh. Was someone who came back in time to, like, hang out with his friends. He really has had a lot of, bad ones. What does flustered but not in a slightly horny way look like? I would say more anger or sadness. Being like, being genuinely upset at it. Like, describing emotions is hard.
Let today's hunt begin. I trust you're ready, Takumi.
Yeah, ready when you are. On day 2 of the invader hunt, we went out to explore the city again. There are points by hunting down any invaders we can find.
Found some right off the bat. Check out that swarm of invaders at 2 o'clock.
I turned in the direction Yugamu mentioned and found the invaders lurking behind a ruined building like he said.
I don't think they've noticed us yet. Get closer and catch them by surprise. Put on your pussy boots and slink behind me, Takumi.
Sure. I just have to Google what that means.
I'm genuinely unfamiliar with that turn of phrase. Guessing it means like sneak like a cat? Quite like a cat.
Yugamu had clearly adapted well to the rhythm of the game. He knew how to take quick and decisive action to earn points for our continued survival. I, on the other hand, my feelings had yet to catch up to the strange situation of me participating in killing game with him as my teammate.
Means we'll like cat quality. That's what I thought.
What was I doing? Why did Yugamu propose a partnership in the first place? Was my life even worth living if I had to kick someone else down and do it? There were so many things in my mind, but...
Come on, Takumi, time to sound the death knell for them.
I didn't have the luxury of time to think about them, though. Fighting to survive was the only thing I could afford to do now.
One word for an assassin is catspaw? That's new to me.
Let's go.
Let's go.
My turn. Time to use it.
It's me, Takumi. Yahoo!
All right, I've got this. Take that. Say when. Take this. Here we go. All right. Let's get to the killing. How about this? I can't wait. I'm good to go. You've got
If Wolverine had to spend this one trying to save Hamula. That's a lie.
Let's get to the killing.
That's not quite right. And some of the routes, like the Redstorm route, we had to spend every day going out to explore.
Experiment time. My turn.
Redstorm route is the best example I can think of.
Here we go. Take that. Got it. Time for me to move. Stinks,
oh yeah, one
it?
turn, baby. In Norseman, the one ingredient for the ribbon binding Fenrir was the sound of a cat's footstep. That's why they walk silently. They settle up. Also, hen's teeth and the honesty of politicians. Huh.
Did we get them all?
It's too early to be celebrating. More enemies are waiting in the wings. Invaders approaching at 3 o'clock.
Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, they just keep coming. I prepared for the next battle with scarcely any time to breathe in between.
You don't need to breathe. You're being silly, Takumi.
Here we go.
Look at the enemies. They need to breathe.
Good to
But
go.
not when we're done with them.
Here we go. Yeah! I've got this.
Not when we're done
Got
with
it.
them.
Let's do this. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
This may hurt. I'm good to go. How about this?
3 o'clock while Cleveland playing Time Team 1. I played this route first. Actually, and it actually showed me that you can move probably top 5 in battles.
Time for me to move. Good to go.
He's definitely not one of my top 5 in the battles. But that's because my strategy of doing a battle is either skip all my turns.
I'm good to go.
It's either
Time
skip
for me
all
to
of my
move.
turns and
I like how this feels.
use Carrara to just spam the
I'm good to
spam
go.
kill the base.
This'll
Or
do.
it's to use
Time for
whichever
me to
character
move.
has the strongest stats to literally just kill the boss in the first round of combat.
I'm good to go. Does this do it for
So
you?
because of that, you talk about sapping and crowd control. I haven't had to use any of that. Because if you rush the boss, you either sag your first turn or you rush the boss. Those are the best strats I found.
Fighting outside is tiring. My body resists me whenever I think about how death is permanent out here.
You need to relax, Takumi. At this rate, you'll kill yourself first before the enemy has a chance.
I believe they buffed her turret's damage by 1.
I don't get it. How are you so calm? You're not even perspiring.
I wouldn't be much of a professional assassin if I let every other spot of good murder get me down, now would I?
Hey, what's your secret? How do I kill the enemies efficiently while conserving as much stamina as possible?
The secret is your heart, that is to say, your frame of mind. Getting in your head that the act of killing is nothing special at all. Nothing more than mundane work.
Mundane work.
Like hitting a nail with a hammer, like turning a screw with a screwdriver. Just dull, repetitive work to be repeated without much thought of physical strength. Got it?
So basically, I psych myself into believing it's nothing. Does that really work? Anything more concrete, like a better way to move my body or something?
Your body movements are virtually perfect, Kumi. There's nothing to critique. So what's left is your mentality, right? So give it a shot. You've got nothing to lose. Pretend the act of killing is the most boring job in the world.
Just dull, repetitive work. Why my misgivings? I tried. Decided to try out Yukimu's suggestions.
I've been going with all the battles and top 5s like Takumi, Nozomi, Tsubasa, even Yugumu. Yeah, I'm with Jason. No Aito, Kyoshika. In no particular order, my strongest 5 are definitely Takumi, Hiroko, Aito, Kyoshika, and Carrara.
I crept up to an invader that happened to be meandering around nearby and launched a surprise attack. Without entertaining the fear that threatened to well up from within, I quietly lifted up my sword and brought it down nonchalantly.
Tsubasa with a lawnmower? I mean, any character could be a lawnmower. The reason I don't think Tsubasa is particularly good is because another character focuses on the enemies to give AP back and will accidentally kill the small guys anyway. Whereas with Tsubasa, like, if she runs into a boss, she kills everything around her but can't kill it. So then you have to send a second person there anyway. I don't care if Shiger good, but everyone I mention is better of all moves. Why don't you have like 2 good ones? And that's like, okay. 2 good ones? You only need like 1 or 2 good moves in this game. I'm firmly the belief that 1 good move in this game is way more efficient than 3 medium moves.
This was just work. Something that had to be done. No need to think too much about this. I went after the next enemies. I repeat these thoughts to myself.
Man, this is definitely the start of serial killer. Serial killer Takumi rap.
Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work.
By the end of it, we're gonna be like killing teammates and commanders without a second thought.
Incredible performance, Takumi. It's like you become another person. Yes, you have an aptitude for killing. I sensed it the moment I laid eyes on you.
An aptitude for killing me? I think you need to get your eyes checked. This might sound strange coming from me, but I wasn't good at such things at all. I tended to miss the obvious and my reflexes were average at best. I don't have an aptitude for anything.
Gifts show up in many different ways. Sometimes they manifest later in life.
Later in life?
You'll understand one day.
I wasn't happy left hanging like that, but I knew he'd just be a base if I tried to press the matter. So I didn't.
Then Yugamo still better than Ido. Better range and damage. His damage is so not better. Range, yeah. But like I said, if you're attacking big guys, you'll accidentally kill the small guys around them anyway. And Kyoshika is almost as good damage as Ido.
Anyway, we should focus on the hunt for now.
Now that I seem to be getting my mind under control, I wanted to get used to hunting at one. I wanted to get used to the hunting at one go as well. Let's go look for the next group of enemies. I feel like I can take down to 15 before calling it a day.
Nah, I think we should call it a day now. We've earned enough points.
But I was just getting the hang of it.
And that's when it gets dangerous. Everything in moderation, including assassinations. Besides, keep on hunting, we'll run into them sooner or later. You okay with that?
Them? Just as I was wondering who Yukimu could be talking about. Over here, there's your starting point for the hunt today. Don't fall behind, you losers. I heard a familiar voice coming from somewhere nearby. I quietly made my way towards the voice and peered out from behind some rubble.
I feel like I'm starting to use my chemo animate better. Not even a commander can stop me now. I think.
Confidence is the name of the game, sister dearest. You and I both know nothing can stand in the way of our newly awakened powers and strengthened bonds.
Don't start getting carried away, you two. When you're invincible because you learned a thing or two, the best way to die on the battlefield. You little chicks can stay behind beneath the big strong pylons for now. I ain't gonna let any of you die on my watch. I'm a protector with my life. The name of Takamaru Yakushiji. You're hunting here too. Takamaru, even Kako weren't the only ones. I could see Tsubasa, Nozomi, and the others in the distance as well.
No Shomilo.
Why does fighting in Bezos I think mean so much more graphic? It's like I'm really killing something alive and all that blood, so much blood. The feel of the invader just accounts for lingers on my hands. Tsubasa, are you okay? I can give you a back rub if it makes you feel better. I think a big one's coming. Why didn't I bring any barf bags with me?
Lady Tsubasa is about to start puking like a fountain in the fancy park. Is there anything to give her a place of a barf bag? Last, necessity knows no decorum, Lady Tsubasa. Heave into my sheath bag if you must. What is on that? Wait. Is that like unicorns? Are you sure, Kyoshika? Isn't that the Holy Jumanji Sword's pajamas? The Holy Jumanji Sword is a party animal with a soft spot for the ladies. She'll understand. The Holy Jumanji Sword is a party animal? Okay. Now come, Lady Tsubasa. Let it all out and hold nothing back. I'll be fine. I pushed everything down to your willpower. Phew, the rolling stopped. Sorry, guys. I haven't been feeling well since this morning. Still to go? Yeah. The Holy Jumanji Sword has always been referred to as female. You don't have to mind me. Go on and get more points for yourselves. We're not supposed to mention that, Tsubasa. Looking out for one another is what teammates do. No wrestler worth their salt or bad as their tag partners to get ahead in the match. Loyalty above self. None should be left behind. It is the way of the warrior.
Takamaru was desperately trying to protect Ima and Kako, who weren't used to fighting. Nozomi and the others refused to abandon Tsubasa even though she was holding them back. They were watching out for each other like true friends. I used to enjoy that sort of relationship with them too. I could feel my strength rapidly leaving my body. That's right, I've been alienated. What I just saw only served to cement that fact. All those kind, comforting words would never be for me.
You look like you're in a lot more pain now than when you were fighting the enemies. That confirms it. Your fatal flaw is that fragile mind of yours.
I left the place quietly and made my way back to school, taking care not to be seen by the others. Taking back with me nothing but an armful of distressing thoughts and feelings. I got back to my room earlier than usual, but wasn't in the mood to do anything, except lie upright on my bed and stare long and hard at the ceiling.
You know, theoretically, this should without a doubt be the strongest Last Defense Academy on like any route. Like when the first commander should show up, we should be able to like one shot them with the amount of practice as a team we've had.
I suddenly realized it was already night. I knew I should be resting, but bad memories kept surfacing in my mind, pulling me back to wakefulness.
That's the point. The sponsor wants you to go stronger. Give her back. Give the lady Kurara back to me.
Sorry, but you're on your own.
I'm afraid I must disappoint you.
Hydrate. Oh, sorry. I can't see chat redeems as easily anymore. Well, why is Sakumi should be showing everything he looks at? Lol, why? Yeah, he has the knowledge of 100 days, but he loses all of FB's power at day 2. I mean, I guess everyone with Hemo Anima gets buffed. So I guess technically the minions should still be weak compared to everyone with Hemo Anima. He doesn't take Cryptoglobin with him, Jason. I don't believe in this route he's killed any commanders. And yeah, he only his memories go back in time, not his body. Except for all of FB's power, which we had to give back to FB to stop ourselves from burning up.
Like I'm being punished just for being alive. The pain of being despised was more excruciating than anything the killing game or defensive battles could inflict upon me. In the first 100 days, it wasn't a happy ending by any means, but at least everyone was my friend.
Oh, I've not seen this route for so long. This was when Aito poisoned us.
We had a barbecue. We set up festival booths. We got testy with each other sometimes, but we always made up in the end. Our bonds became unbreakable. How do I repair our friendship? How? As I was agonizing over this matter. Is that Yugamu? Maybe you want to discuss our strategy for tomorrow's hunt. Although I honestly wasn't in the mood to talk. It wasn't like I could simply drive away the only friend I had right now.
Is that him? Why do I feel like something really bad's gonna happen?
I got up slowly and ambled to the door. When I opened it, I saw... Hiroko!
Good. I was just about to kick the door down.
What are you doing here, or rather? Are you sure you want to be seen here? What would your girlfriend think? What would my boyfriend think? I'm jinxed. Nothing good will come out of any association with me.
Well, aren't you wallowing in self-pity today? Finally lost your mind after falling out of favor with everyone else.
Including you, right?
You think so?
Yeah, I do. You didn't want to team up with me like all the others. I went through hell and back after you left me in the lurch. Those invaders chased me down and surrounded me. I had no way out. They almost killed me. That wouldn't have happened if you hadn't turned me down. It wasn't Hiroko's fault I'd almost been killed. I knew it was in my head. My heart refused to stop these angry words from spilling out of my mouth.
So in the words of Ema, yeah!
Hiroko said nothing in response to my irrational accusation at first.
You're right. I could have handled that better yesterday. You were already crushed by everyone's unkind words and deeds. I should have been more considerate. So here's a token of reconciliation. From me to you.
She took out a box she'd been holding under her arm and handed it to me. Token of reconciliation?
Open it. I think you'll like what you see.
What could it be? Is it a power sword?
I took the box and gingerly lifted the cover. Inside was... What? It was the dead body of a gigantic bee. Is this some sort of sick joke? No, wait, this bee. Isn't this one of the sponsor's bees? You killed it.
I did. I took advantage of the chaos after Karar was killed to secure one. As a research sample.
What sort of research?
You can't be this stupid. Research that'll help us kill the sponsor and put an end to this travesty of a game.
I was dumbfounded by how nonchalantly Hiroko talked about killing the sponsor. Sponsor's invincible. We can't kill them the way we are right now.
We can, as long as we find a way to deal with the two weapons they wield.
2 weapons?
The bee is the first.
My Max.
The suit, it's that. The other's the suit that they're wearing.
That spacesuit thing?
Yes, I believe that suit is the source of their invincible power.
She was right. We attacked the fellow with all of our might, but didn't manage to even scratch the suit. The outfit clearly had some special powers attached to it. How confident are you of finding something?
My research on the suit is already in progress, and I expect to discover its weakness in the very near future.
Really?
However, I'm too deeply involved in researching the suit to spare time for anything else. I'm not done anything about that beat or the identity of the sponsor yet.
And you're bringing me on board to deal with the lack of manpower.
Something like that. So, are you willing to join my quest to bring down the sponsor?
If that were truly possible, I'd be more than happy to give her as much help as she needed. But there were some things that were bothering me. If you wanted my help, why'd you turn me down yesterday when I asked to team up? Then you would have had to come over again today to do this.
Where are your brains? Try to remember what my exact words were. I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Surely you understood the implication. That I'd be teaming up with you outside of the game instead.
Sorry, I guess I couldn't see past that big bush you were beating around. Also, I'm not good at math, I'm only good at physics. You've been nothing but dismissive of me so far. When I was alienated, you didn't try to take my side.
Just so we're clear, this doesn't mean we trust you or anything. Yes, I do think I could have handled that better. But can you blame me? I was still trying to figure out if I could trust the person you are right now.
The person I am right now? Sounded like there was a deeper meaning to her statement, but I decided this wasn't the time or place to pursue it.
Takumi! You idiot!
The Takumi Suno I know is essentially a good person. He cherishes his friends, has a strong sense of justice, and possesses good leadership qualities. Someone worthy of my trust. However, you killed Idol on the night of day 2. A would-be traitor who had yet to do anything out of line.
She's maybe thinking of Takumi Sagi's data, right? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Or at the very least, she knows something is up because we killed.
That created some doubts in me. I had to wonder if the Takumi I'm seeing right now is the Takumi I know. That's why I've been assessing you from a slight distance. See whether you, the person you are right now, can be trusted.
It was starting to make sense now. Like why she wanted to come with me second last Sense Academy when I went there. She wanted to use the opportunity to ascertain my humanity.
We can chat later. Let's be on our way. I couldn't find a definitive answer to my question. Until that day.
That is odd though, how Hiroko knows more about him than himself. Yeah, well, it's because... Well, actually... So, here's the interesting thing. We don't actually know how much Hiroko remembers. We've only ever heard her talk about one timeline. Like, as far as we are concerned, Hiroko has only has the memory of the one timeline where we were gear infected. In the same way that Takumi only has the memory of the timeline Hiroko died. So she knows, assumedly, like 100 or so days. Near 100 days of Takumi. Takumi theoretically only knows like 2 weeks of her. And the 2 weeks we knew of her, she should have had memories of the past because of the way that she already knew how to battle and stuff. I think. So yeah, she knows a lot more about Takumi than Takumi knows about her. But as a player, we know a lot more about Hiroko. But if Takumi doesn't find it weird how Hiroko describes him from his perspective, she's known him for less than a month, lol. Yeah. Maybe she doesn't remember what happened in the OG timeline. The thing is, she hasn't mentioned it. Granted, she hasn't talked too much about the past. But she hasn't mentioned that timeline.
When the game's sponsor appeared and fatally wounded Carrara, you were the first to attack that unknown enemy in order to save her, with no care about what might happen to yourself.
To be fair, he's quite easy to read. Is he? Do you know how inconsistent he is? This very route. Like, that's the thing, she's ascertaining because he's so risky. From her point of view, killing Aito is insane. Taking her in the middle of the night, insane. Like, he's inconsistent because every route is different.
You were like a ray of light back then, and that's when I was convinced.
You are the Takumi I know. The same kind-hearted Takumi Sumino, with the most disheveled and generic mug, who always puts his friends above himself.
I kind of have a boyfriend in this route, and you kind of have a girlfriend in this route. I don't think this can work between us.
My tears threatened to spill over despite myself. To think there was someone who still had so much faith in me after being called the Grim Reaper by everyone else.
There, I said it. Now you're willing to work with me to bring down the sponsor. I'm not taking no for an answer.
I wasn't as cold-hearted as to say no to someone who just bared so much of their heart to me. However, you know, I want nothing more than to do just that, but I'm already in a team with my boyfriend. What should we do about him?
Oh.
He's welcome to join us. His knowledge in biology would be very helpful in analyzing the body of that bee.
He has to be consistent because the many worlds model of time travel applied to human situation has to be. Yeah. She's so Cinderella, he can't even compliment him without making fun of it. Hiroko killed the invaders in the TLC, which always seems sus to me. Yeah, no, I think I fully believe that was a lie. I fully believe that was a lie. And my understanding of the TLC that I believe is a simulation. I don't think she could have actually fought them unless the simulation wanted her to fight them. I don't think she could have.
He may not want to go against the sponsor, though. When it comes to killing someone, he tends to err on the side of discretion and deliberation.
And that's where your leadership abilities come into play.
A leader, what?
You have just been appointed the leader of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance.
Hang on a minute. Shouldn't the one who suggested the partnership in the first place be responsible for taking the lead in?
You know I'm not the leader type. Barking orders is just not my kind of thing.
Excuse me, you expect me to believe you after all that tyranny displayed in the previous 100 days?
To be fair, she didn't want to do it.
I'll leave the convincing to you, leader. The Anti-Sponsor Alliance will turn the situation around.
Well, so you say the previous 100 days. She was in charge for like a week. And it went terribly.
Defeating the invincible sponsor of the game. It sounded impossible, but being told we could do this by Hiroko of all people, somehow it felt like we really could. Maybe there were others that would have had a better opinion of me if I played a part in taking down the sponsor. Maybe we can become friends again. I fell asleep clinging to that small ray of hope that had lightened off in my heart.
Ma'am, you radiate Domi energy. Orders are clearly your thing. Doesn't mean she enjoys it. That's just the card she was dealt.
That was an impressive voice.
Thanks, Hunter. I don't know which one you mean.
But I can think of a couple. I can do them all by myself, Hunter. If you need me to say something, I'll climb into your bed and whisper sweet nothings in your ear.
Being a leader and a dom is not the same thing, I think. Yeah, very, very much a different thing.
No, that's wrong.
How fascinating.
Every time Hiroko says I'll just say yes, ma'am. Jump off a bridge. Anyway, the fact they gave me a save point, this feels like a natural end. So, if you're watching the YouTube video, stick around for the next one. Bye, YouTube. Bye.